Good Tuesday morning to Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, and all those of you listening in Radio Land. I am CJ, and this is Real FM 91.9 and 91.5. We are broadcasting from Main Street Cities in beautiful and historic St. Patrick. Good morning to you.
Good morning, CJ. Good morning to the nation.
Good morning,
Once
and how
again,
are
it's
you?
another privilege. I'm good.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So Jesus answered and said to them, have faith in God, for surely I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, be removed, and be cast into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that those things he says will be done, he will have whatever he says. Therefore I say to you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them and you will have them. Father God, this morning we thank you for as we can stand on the premise of your word, which always encourages us to have faith in you. Because you said, he that come to God must first believe that God exists and he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. And Lord, if we have faith like a grain of a mustard seed, Lord, it just is a very tiny thing. And we speak to mountains and to strongholds, God, we know they will come tumbling down because there's power in the name of Jesus to break every chain. And Father God, this morning as we come, we want to lift up our hands without doubt, without right. And God, we want to come to you who is the great I am, the I am that I am, the real in the middle of the wind, the God who is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore, the God who is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. The God, the first and the last, there's nothing too difficult for you to do. And even as we come this morning, give us the faith to believe all things are possible with you and nothing is too difficult. No situation is too difficult that you cannot turn around, that you cannot change. So Father, even as I come this morning, I do confess my fault and my failures to you, Lord. And God, you said if we confess our sins, you are faithful and just to forgive us and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness, Lord. May everyone bound this morning at this platform acknowledge you as the one who can forgive sins and who can cleanse us from all sin and all unrighteousness. So even as we come this morning to stand in the gap on behalf of ourselves, our families, our homes, our countries, our communities, Lord, we know, God, we're not just one. You said if one person should agree as touching anything, if two shall agree as touching anything, it shall be done of my Father. And say one shall put 1,000 to flight, and two shall put 10,000. And we know, God, we are powerful. And even as we stand on this platform this morning to intercede on behalf of our nation, Lord, we pray, God, that we believe that you are God who hears and who want to answer prayer. Father God, today I just want to lift up our students, Lord, even as tomorrow they'll be doing their CPE exam throughout the Caribbean. God, we pray for soundness of mind. We pray for you remove the nervousness and the fear, that comes from doing exam. Even though we as big persons, sometimes we are so unstable when we come to exam. And God, I pray today for the little ones. I know they have worked hard. The teachers would have done their best, and the rest is up to them. So, God, I pray that you calm the nerves, the fears, and God, help them to rise up early. Lord, give them the strength to rise up early, to seek you, to call upon you, to ask of you. So, if you lack wisdom, ask of God. So, even in their little way, as the parents pray over them and encourage them, they can pray for God, you would bring back the things to remembrance. You'd remove fear and doubt. And Lord God, they would be able to walk within their time space and be not agitated. Lord, we pray that you cover some of them, sometime that morning when they get up, they feel so sick and differently. Lord, we pray that every student would be well and in their right mind, God. I pray that you cover the little ones, that God, they would be able to be there in the exam hall on time, and God, you would relieve the phase that especially the only first question come, Lord, I pray it would be an easy one. So they say, yes, I know that one, so that it will motivate them to go on to do the others, Lord. We pray for every student, Lord, within our spare that are doing this exam, that you will cover them. Pray for those who are doing the CXC and CAPE, and those are the secondary level, the tertiary level, the university level. God, we know many of them are going through exam at this time, Lord, and we pray for strong minds, healthy body, Lord. What they would have learned, God, we pray that you would They would remember to ask of you, Lord. They would remember when the difficult time comes to say, God, help me. I need your wisdom and your understanding. And Lord, you grant it unto us as long as we ask. If we ask, we shall receive. If we seek, we shall find. If we knock, the door shall be open. So God, I pray that faith would arise in their heart this morning to keep knocking and keep asking and keep thanking you for all the 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 help you would have granted unto them. Sometimes when we do well and we excel, we don't remember to say, God, thank you through it all for my teachers, or my student, for my parents who stood behind me, and my community and other persons. But sometimes, God, we forget to say thank God for the wisdom that He has instilled in us. So this morning I pray that you cover our land, cover the other countries of the Caribbean and wherever else the exam are being given, Lord, that the students will do well. They will excel. And God, every one of them will have a place or success at the end. I know what it is to be stepping into a new secondary school. And I pray that God, that hype would stay with them, that they would set their goals and be able to do well, God. Father, this morning pass by our nation, Lord, even as we see what's happening, Lord, we're not happy. We continue to call upon you. We continue to ask of you to intervene in all these gun violence we see happening and shooting and so on, oh God. God, I just pray that, Lord, you would take the helm of this nation on your hands. I pray for the RGPF, Lord, as I know their task is getting very difficult to find these culprits and to find leads and so on. I pray that as a community, God, we would be a part of that in helping and in ensuring that, God, we stay on the right part of the law. We not become lawbreakers and just do any old thing anyhow, Lord. I think of the many hurting families this morning. God, I want to say a special prayer for the mothers or the fathers who are crying out for their children whose life has been just snatched away. God, I pray, the grief of a mother, even as many of us would have been celebrating Mother's Day Sunday, and, many of us might have been happy and engaged, but there were many mothers who would have been going through so much sorrows and pain. God, this morning, just lift that burden, strengthen them, help them to know that you are there in every situation. You can reach out and you can reach down and touch, oh God. And this morning, God, it's the only a mother knows the pain she bears for that child, and then how it hurts her to just say that your child has been killed or something happened, they commit a murder too, because sometimes it's on both sides, oh God. And Father God, we just pray that you would intervene and you would help in our nation today, Lord. Bring your power, bring your sovereignty, bring all that we need, oh God, the comfort, the strength, the stress, and whatever we're going through at this moment, Lord, we want to cast it upon you. Help them to know that they cannot bear it alone. There's somebody who's a burden bearer who can heal and who can comfort and who can give strength. And it's only you, oh God, this morning. Sometimes we might say, I understand what you're going, but we don't understand part of it because we're not going through that situation. We can only sympathize, but we cannot sometimes even empathize. And we know, God, even you are in human flesh, and you wept even at the death of Lazarus. You had human feelings like us, and you are able to help. So, Father God, just watch over us today. Bless us in our going in and our coming in. Cover us, protect us from accident, harm, and danger. Because sometimes you could be in the wrong path. Lord, shield us, oh God. And Lord, we just ask you covering today for the blood over every part of our land, over our homes, over our families, over our loved ones, God. We continue to ask of you for your mercies and for your favor and for your compassion and for your protection. We pray today in Jesus' lovely name with thanksgiving. Amen and amen.
Thank you so much. And there, your prayer covers everything this morning, so thank you for that. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yes, bye-bye.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
It is that time of the day again when I check in to say good morning to every one of you that's on live. Dolores Redhead, good morning. Claude Abraham. Mary Olivaci, buongiorno. Alban Harris. Marlon Klein, good morning to you. Adrian Watts. Ann Andrews. Faithlyn Hallie Douglas. And last but not least at the moment is Carol Belfon. And I'll hit to my little notebook here and let me say good morning to Miss Job, Kenro, Coffee in the Morning, Noise, Lynette, Lorna Bain in Toronto, Theresa Joseph, Nurse Frances in Chantimel, Brooklyn and her mom, Brooklyn and Norma and her mom, Brooklyn, Marilyn Franklin, Marilyn Ferguson. Good morning to you, Alma Henry. Keith Sylvan, good morning, and let me tell you, thank you so much for all the support that you give to me every living day. Much appreciated. Mona, good morning. Good morning to Bandy and his brood. Good morning to Michelle Thomas. Mary in Toronto, like Chance the Game 97, good morning to you. Junior, good morning to you. The staff at the Classic Furniture in Granville and Chantimel, the Cashew Tree people, Ian Millett and wife, Esther Pascal, Tricia Ganis, Antonio Rogers, good morning to you. Paula, Suzanne, and Mama B, good morning. Judy George out there in New York, good morning to you. Pat Pear, good morning. I know you're ready and listening. We have a great topic this morning as usual that you might laugh your head off, or you might just say, nah, this one is serious, but I know you're there. Pat Cape James, good morning to you. Cynthia Bartholomew, good morning. I know you might be in Carriacou, you might already take the flight out. Elsa Korean, good morning. Good morning to William Pear. This is Pat Pear and William Pear. You get the drift. Redonna and Mom, good morning to you. My little buddy Che, good morning. Hope you're getting ready for school. Good morning to Collins out there in the Big Apple. Hope all is well. I think I've got someone online. Let me check to see. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Not too bad, I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
I am good.
Okay.
Just taking life one day at a time and just pepping it up.
Of course, yes.
Go right ahead.
Good morning to the nation. A reading from the Word of God, 100. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all the lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that made us and not ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name. For the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endure to all generations. This is the end of the scripture reading this morning.
Thank you so very much. Everything okay with you?
Yeah, for the time.
How is Olive?
Olive good. She's all right.
She's good. Say hello to her for me, please, when you speak to her
I
next.
will, I will.
And the call ain't come back up yet, no?
No, not as yet.
Well, when you bring up the call, let me hear say moo in the morning then.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, tell your son to bring up the call because the call has become famous, because he moved on radio. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, have yourself a great day and talk to you soon.
You have a wonderful day and keep on smiling.
Always. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissy.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround Found yourself in a world of color.
Color by Seasons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Seasons. Seasons. Express your style with Color by Seasons.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Tourism is me, tourism is you, tourism is everybody, and tourism connects us all.
Did you know that tourism generates revenue and foreign exchange earnings?
Did you know it stimulates infrastructural development and facilitates cultural exchange among people?
You must know tourism is linked to all industries,
from agriculture to construction.
So support the industry today and be welcoming to all our visitors.
Tourism is my business. Tourism is your business. Tourism is our business. Listen one and all. Tourism connects us all.
A message from the Ministry of Tourism
and the Grenada Tourism Authority.
GRENDEC Community Partnership Initiative.
The theme for the science fair is water and energy strategies, the key to sustainable development. It encourages students, it promotes caring for the environment, sustainable development, and we want the students to display practical activities and real-life situations of what is really going on out in their environment. And we look forward to companies like GRENDEC continuing to see the relevance and significance of something like a national science fair.
GRENDEC, energizing our community.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go,
You know, it is 7:20 at the moment, and this is when we call the Met Office to get what the weather is going to be like today. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get through, but they normally send an email with the weather report. So I am going to be the weather girl for the moment. And this is the weather forecast valid for the state of Grenada for today and tonight from 6 a.m. until 6 a.m. Here, the weather is generally fair, slight haze and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times with few isolated showers. Today's maximum temperature is going to be 32.0 Celsius. The wind will blow northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. The seas are slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Tides will be high at 8 a.m. and low at 2 p.m. The sun set today at 6:24 and sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:42. So just to recap, the weather is fair, slight haze, and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times with few isolated showers. I think we got some this morning. Today's maximum temperature is 32.0 Celsius. The wind will blow east northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. The seas are slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. The tides will be high at 8 a.m. and low at 2 p.m. The sun will set this evening at 6:24 p.m. and the sun will rise tomorrow morning at 5:42 a.m. And here is the weather forecast for today and tonight.
When you talk, when you go, when you walk, what you say, when you talk.
In your search for happiness, you gotta leave a little room for loneliness. More things could happen all of a sudden before you realize it's only a disguise. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
I am back on my morning train, and let me say good morning to Anastasia Peterson, Veronica Edwards, Walden Aquat. Good morning to you. You're listening, and he said good morning to CJ, the others at Real FM, and to the listening and viewing audience. Stay safe. We're trying our best to do that. Jerome Lewis, good morning. Yes, you're in Toronto and you are in the house. Thank you so much for checking in. Christine Otley, good morning. Ruth Thomas, good morning. You know, if you're going to send the little messages and just tell us where you're from so we can say good morning to which part of the globe that you are on. So this is what I have for now on live. Let me say good morning to the Killis family, the Glynn family out there from Mali. Good morning to the Robinson family on Hill Street. Good morning, special morning to you, Celia. Thank you so very much for last week. Really do appreciate it. And here's my good friend Chance, the Game 97. He's also in the house from Toronto. Good morning to Nicholas Snag. Hope all is well and you're doing A-okay. I have a special good morning to say to a gentleman that is in Toronto and is listening right now. Good morning to you, Mr. Gordon. Welcome back to TO. I know you don't want to be there right now and you want to be back on the Yemen country, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. So, welcome back, and I know that you're listening. Thank you so much for checking in. Ruth, you're from North Carolina. Good. How is the weather there today? Just hit me a quick message and say it is sunny, it is cool, it is whatever. We do like to know what is going on in the other neck of the woods. Yeah. Good morning to, let me see, her name, Goddess Bella in Texas. Good morning to you. Hope all is well with you. Yep. Mona, good morning. I did say good morning to you already. And let me say good morning to SBW. I know that you might be still under your covers, but you know, today is the 14th day of May 2024. It is your special day today. As they say, it is your Earth Day. I hope you're going to be enjoying it to the max. When my partner in crime comes in, we'll join together and tell you again. But from me to you, happy Earth Day to you. Oh, Carol, it is raining in Montreal. Ooh, yikes, it is raining. And let me see, we're in May. Oh, that's when you get the beautiful flowers, the tulips, the orchids, the perennials, they're all coming out. So just a little rain, don't worry. Just hit June and you will see the beauty. Well, you live in Montreal, you see the beauty of those plants. It says April showers bring May flowers, so we continue in a little shower in May. We're going to get the beautiful flowers by June. I always speak about Toronto Island when I'm back there in summer, that I go to this place because there's no traffic there per se, that you have to dodge traffic, and it is just a beautiful little island of Toronto. We got Toronto Island. We have three. We got Toronto Island. We got Hanlon's Point, and we have, I think it's Wade or something, the other one. But we go to Center Island, and the flowers there, my mamma mia, I have to say, man alive. Whoever takes care of these flowers during this summer, they are doing an amazing job. Like, you just look and it's just flowers, all different kinds. And in the middle of that, they have the water fountain and the wishing well, and everything is just gorgeous. There's also another place in Toronto that I visit once in a while. It's called Leslie Garden. I mean, everywhere you turn, it's flowers like crazy. Flowers galore. It's like a smorgasbord of flowers. Let me put it that way for you. It is amazing. And it's not that I like plants. I like foliage. I like the green. I don't really like flowers to say like flowers. But when you have a look at the creation of these, all you have to do is just say wow. Because I'm telling you, the people that take care of these, my hat's off to them. The lawn is well manicured and everything. They're preparing for people in that way. When they come to visit, they can sit anywhere, walk around, and be comfortable. So kudos to you all out there in Toronto that takes care of the flowers on the Center Island and Leslie Garden. My girl Lorna just checked in and she is in the house. Lorna, it is 7:30. I'm not saying who is late because I don't want anybody like Mona to jump on my case this morning and say talking about fire. But it's 7:29 and he ain't show up as yet. So I know what's going on. Maybe he's fearful of coming in this morning. Maybe he's showing some kind of fear. I don't know. But maybe when you get to him, talk to him and tell him about this because he knows about me and my time. And he just walked in and he have more attitude than me. We're talking about him late. Oh, Mama Mia. Good morning to you. And you don't have to answer. I'm just saying, I'm just speaking bad about you right now in your face and behind your back that you just show up. It's 7:29 and come inside here with attitude to boot. It's like they send you for me this morning. And I don't want Mona to say, oh, Jester, she say you late and she go fire. I didn't say I fired him this morning. I'm just saying he's late. Pearl Charles, good morning to you. Pearl says good morning to you, Jester, and all the listeners of Real FM. I am in TO. Have a great day. You see, all my TO peeps are checking in. So, Pearl, you could tell them about Center Island and Leslie Garden. Leslie Garden, yes. And all those places that we have flowers galore every summer. And it is a beautiful, beautiful place to visit when you go to Toronto. If you ever get a chance, honestly, to go to Toronto on a vacation or anything like that, this is somewhere you really have to go. You could just go spend the day there, eh? And at the last ferry leaves, I think, at 12 at night. So you can go there, enjoy the day. You can bring your food or whatever, but they have places that you can buy food. Then you bring your sandwich and so, but you see the hot dog and you see the corn dog and the apple, they call it the candy apple and stuff like that. And especially if you go there with your children, there is a entertainment village or amusement village where they have rides, zip line, and trains and all that. It is a place that you can just go relax for a day away from the hustle and bustle of the traffic. I wonder if I could say good morning to him. Are you ready to say good morning to me? Good morning to you, Justin. Wow.
CJ.
Yes, sir. How are you?
My good friend. Good morning to you, my dear. And good morning to the listeners and viewers of Real 91.9 FM, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Yeah.
I tell you,
it's a pleasure to be here.
You get good at this www.com.
Oh, yes, girl.
You don't even have to look anymore to say it because
No,
you see it
no,
so much
no.
in front of your face that you just say it now.
Yeah, you understand?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Claire, it's another day to be
To be
up
say
in.
thankful for life.
Yeah.
It's another day.
In this
yes.
wide and wonderful world, you know, where,
Oh yes.
where negatives happen as well as positives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, Edward Garden. Oh, Lorna is planning. You planning to go to Center Island without me, Lorna? What kind of thing is that? I thought we were good buddies and we are the old gal pal thing. We go everywhere and do everything together. What is this? Lorna is going to Edward Garden and the Center Island. I'm taking it back. I'm not talking about it anymore. Because you're going without me. You can't do that.
Oh, Lorna, not the Lorna I know.
My Lorna.
Yeah?
Yeah, my Lorna. That's the only Lorna you know. That's her. Yeah.
Wonderful individual, yeah.
Yes. You see, let me see.
She's just a gem of a person, man.
Are you trying to take over my friend or something?
Yeah. Because, Jerry, you don't have to get jealous about
I'm
that.
jealous. Listen, let me tell you. Let me put it this way for you, Jester.
Oh, my God.
You want me to say that I am sound in my relationship with these people there. Sound. And regardless of you come, there's room for everyone, but I know I hold the number one spot there. So you could say whatever you
please.
want. What do you mean, oh, please? I'm telling you, that's my gal pal. And you can say whatever you want.
You're only number one spot.
Number one. Numero, if you can understand it in English, let me tell you in Spanish, numero uno.
Number
Number
one.
one, yes.
Like Isaac has a song like that. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm numero uno in her life there with when we do a lot of stuff together, you know. I told you before, off the air, and so when Lorna and I do lots of stuff together, you know, we go to places, we put it that way, we have real life, real place, and real, activities.
Real everything.
The real. Yeah, that's us. See, Edward Garden. There's Edward Garden and Leslie. There's one. Yeah, it's on Leslie Street. Edward Garden is on Leslie Street. Yeah, thank you for the correction because I'm trying to figure out Leslie Garden doesn't sound right, but it's on Leslie and it's Edward Garden. Jester, if you ever, and I'm repeating, if you ever get a chance to visit Toronto, not that I'm going to invite you in any way or form, I'm just saying, if you ever get a chance.
I don't want you to invite me.
To visit.
Lorna will invite me.
No. To visit Toronto, you got to go to those two places that I'm telling you about. Edward Garden and the Center Island in Toronto. You have to take the ferry to go across there. And not on any day, that ferry is filled with people getting off the mainland and just going and veg on the island there. The only thing that bothers you on the island is those white birds that when they know food is around, so they come like, they make that kind of noise and like, just get away. That's the only thing that hampers you on the island, but everything else, it is just.
Well, it's a similar thing like when you're going to the park, Common Park, and if you go there to eat, the blackbirds will come.
Well, no, we have the white one over there.
Yeah.
We have the white one over there, and they are a nuisance when you sit down and they see food, and there are people that throw food for them, so then they realize, well, everybody that is in that area have food, so let me just go and just disturb them. But on that island, Chester, you really, really have to go to see what I'm talking about. Telling you and experiencing it, it's a whole different ball game.
Mm-hmm. So Claire, the weekend gone was Mother's Day. What was it for you, man? Saturday morning. Listen, Saturday morning, Claire and I was in a conversation. So then I said, Claire, advance Mother's Day greetings to you. Claire, what was your response?
I did not respond.
Oh my God!
If I talk to you and you know what the response was, why don't you do what you're asking me for?
Claire, you're crazy. After I wish you such a nice advanced Mother's Day greeting, you had the audacity to tell me.
What did I tell you?
I'm a freaking mother every day.
Well, yeah, I'm a freaking mother every day.
Oh my God. So I really believe something wrong with you, Judy.
Nada, zilch, nothing is wrong with me. I tell you, we have a call. I think it's good morning.
Wow, that early.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. How can we help you?
Miss Mona, good morning to you.
Good morning to you. You know you're too fast.
Who?
One wish they will. I can describe. Happy Mother's Day. You get what you deserve.
What? Is that what you're saying, Mona? You want to take back that?
What? Well, I plain you know me.
So I shouldn't tell her that.
What you deserve. You should go and interfere with that lady because you don't know. And this morning I hear she start off. I dey hear my heart leaping. When I hear the door touch, I say yes, that rich. No, honestly, And then I hear, you walking in? Yeah. I say, she can say nothing again. She can say she go fire you.
Well, I decided I'm not firing him. I'm not putting it on air. When you don't hear him, you know he's gone.
Wow. Yes, sir.
Miss Mons.
Don't worry, be happy, boy.
Yes, that's what I say.
Be happy.
Good morning to you again.
In spite of whatsoever, we have a big man who is in charge. And once that man takes charge and control, nobody could stop it. Go ahead.
Thanks, Mona.
Hi.
I saw Heidi.
You're too fast.
What do you mean? I saw Heidi on Saturday.
You know Heidi?
I just tell you I saw Heidi, so I must know her.
Are you sure it's Heidi?
No. Open the air, she not Heidi. She up in the open. I spoke to her, so it must be Heidi that I spoke to.
What if it's not Heidi, it's Lodi then?
Or something, or Heidi, or disappeared.
Her name is Heidi.
Her name is Heidi.
Yeah, well, if you see Heidi, you say you see Heidi, and I tell you not Heidi is Heidi.
Oh, well, you don't believe me? Okay, let me tell you how I see. I was with Jester on Saturday. After I tell him off Saturday, he still come and hang out with me, So, yeah, man, the Jester's my boy, pal.
That's why I said the man don't have shame.
No, he has No. I take that back.
Hey.
Take that back. He has.
He'll go behind you?
He don't go behind me, go with me.
Okay, then.
I don't let people go behind me. Is either you walk with me or don't walk at all.
Well, why, Papa, take charge.
Oh gosh, Miss Bones.
So you see Heidi?
Yeah, I did, and I spoke to Heidi. And she said, so you are the lady? I said, yes. And you send a man, we send a message and said, don't call your mother name on the radio. What we going to call it still, because we can't help not calling your mother's name on the radio.
And she thinks she bright. They think they're bright.
What they do?
Surprise.
They're trying to surprise you.
Little do they
know.
No. Yeah, cockroach, yeah, fly, yeah, ants.
You understand?
Yeah, all kind of thing to bring you.
I know what you're saying.
You see that thing what all leaders having all your hand walking all about?
Oh, la telefona?
I don't call in it.
Yes.
She's trying to catch you.
Good thing. It's a good thing. A popular and I have friends.
What?
So you don't know how popular?
Yes, you're popular. You know today is Shama's birthday.
Yes, well, how you greedy, so you're not waiting?
No, I just said, I'm asking, did you know that today is Shama's birthday?
Well, yes, I have to send birthday greetings to Shama and wish her all the best. And may the good Lord continue to guide her and protect her. But one thing, this today, she don't show enough.
No, she has she's working on something. Just give her a moment.
Because make it happen. You don't make it nothing happen. They make it happen. Nothing don't happen.
Okay, easy now, easy. Stop lambasting, my girl.
Happy birthday to you, Shama. All the best. Well, I think Friday is supposed to be one of my daughter's birthday too.
You're not sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Oh, so don't think, just say it is.
Which is Helen David Charles.
Oh, okay.
He's up in Montreal.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I know that person.
I think I know her.
She's
I think I know her.
McDonald's.
Yes, I know. I met her the last time she was here.
They say she's mad than me or I'm mad than her. I don't know.
Well, are you all certified? If you're not certified, people could say whatever they want, eh?
No, but we good.
Oh, there you go. So you're not mad. You're just being outspoken and out there.
Yeah, plain out. So I have to tell you, Claire, come out there is come out there.
I agree. Take care of yourself.
I have to tell you, and don't go in and put me out in a bottle and talk.
That you're your true authentic self.
That's right.
I gotcha.
Yes,
Take care
ma'am.
then.
Have a lovely day, Miss
You're on
Mons.
the safe side.
And I know we will hear you again during the program.
I don't think.
Yeah, you will. You will call.
I don't call it.
I said you will call.
I say I'm not calling.
But that is your business.
Later.
Okay then.
Bye. So just
Yes,
you were
Claire.
saying about the weekend. What happened on the weekend?
Well, the weekend, it was Mother's Day, you all get a lot of the attention in any case.
Hey, you all?
As compared to Father's Day.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just wanted to know how yours went down. You didn't tell me that yet, actually.
I did say to you, okay, let me explain. I am a mother 24/7, 365 days. I've never given up that since I bring forth my 2 children into this world. And I'm always speaking to them. The girl more because she's in the yard. My son, he's doing his thing, but I speak to them very, very often. And they know every day is Mother's Day for me. So I've never detoured my attention as a mother away from them. So that's it. Every day for me is Mother's Day. And even though they have a special day, the thing about it is this. There are a lot of people that has mothers or they have mommies, the M word, and only on that day they seem to know that their mother is alive or their mother exists, and that is hypocrisy in the highest level.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell you that I am a mother 24/7, 365, and nothing can beat that. I don't need a special day for them to tell me Happy Mother's Day, because my children, when they are mad at me, they call me Mom. when my son is there, call me Momsy. When my daughter call me Mom, I know, well, okay, what is it? When she call me the nicest name, Mommy. So I know what it is like to be okay with my children and when they have a beef with me, as I say. So when you have that bond and that relationship with your children, you don't need a special day to be a mother.
I was making the point on my show on Saturday last that those who have their mom around, they should really, really cherish, their presence, and really enjoy it while it lasts. Because like me who lost my mom maybe about 20 years ago, and my mom died pretty young. And when you come to think about it, she died at age 58. So
really?
Yeah. And when you come to think about it, that's
That's
pretty
a lot
young.
of years, yes.
So
a lot could have gone wrong with her children if they didn't have the right people in their life.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
I understand totally. Yes.
So
yeah.
they should really
and not
cherish.
only mom, anybody that you have in your life and you do not show appreciation for them when they're alive, when they're dead, it's you can't really do anything because you miss the opportunity to say what you feel about them or what it means to you and everything. And as you say, sometimes they give you the biggest casket out, they give you all the flowers, and so they don't need that. Give it, like Robert said, give you when you're alive.
Exactly.
Just let them know how you feel. If you're mad at them, you tell them, well, hey, I don't like where this is going. You say what it is, and when you come back together, you just speak. Because if you don't, at the end of the day, Jester, you're lying in your bed and you're worrying, I should have done this if I could have done. If I coulda, woulda, shoulda, shouldn't be the thing. You have to do it right here, right now.
Yeah. So, Claire, let me take the opportunity to say very special birthday greetings going on to SBW. Yeah,
Yes.
Shama Wells. I mean, she's one of the most respected person I know in the media, and I've learned quite a lot from Shama from over the years, She's really good at that, very versatile.
The Mele girl, the
Yeah,
Make It
yeah.
Happen, the
Shama
Carnival
is-
girl,
so-
the whatever she is, she
Melee people. Yeah, Shama is good, man. I learned quite a lot from Shama in the media.
So yeah, I gave her my earth day already to say, enjoy. So we have a lot of people on the live here, Jester. Let me say good morning to Pearl Charles, Kathleen Ledlow. Pearl says, is it the truth? Tio is a beautiful place. Center Island, Canada is so green right now. So they already start making the trek. And there are people that live on that island, we are wrong. Even though it's winter, they have houseboats that they stay on, and some of them have houses there. And they come to the main island, make their groceries, and go back there. It is a unique place to visit.
Yeah.
And maybe I should, take that back. No.
I tell you,
Gemma Warwood, good morning. Louisa Williams, good morning. Patsy Frank, good morning to you all. Yeah, I'll think about it. When my brain go back in this thing that is supposed to, maybe I might say, oh, just I'm going back to Toronto. Come see me there so we can go on St. Island. So when you come back, you can tell everybody what Center Island is all about and what Edward Garden is. And there are a lot more, a lot more gardens and parks around the place that is really, really good. But those two are my favorite places to visit in this summer. And off Lovely Street, there's a place called The Keg. So you can go eat at The Keg on Leslie Street and then walk over to Edward Garden. So Lorna and I, The Keg. Yeah, so you see, I tell you, we got a tight thing going on there.
I know.
And I know you wishing to be part of that league, but hey, you got to have special invitation to get into that, and I'm not giving you any at all so far.
I won't get it from you, I know that for
And
sure.
you're not getting it from her? None. Nada. Zilch. Zero. No. So just, it is 7:47.
Yeah, time flies.
And our topic today is on fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of this, fear of that. And, a lot of us are fearful of a lot of things. And you have to wonder, how we can cope with it and everything like that. So it is said today's topic is fear and mental health, the psychology of fear. And we're asking, well, what is fear? Is there anything that you're fearful of or anything that made you fearful in all your years of living or anything at all?
Claire, certainly. But before we really get into the topic, fear, I would always remember that, like, when you're in a common entrance class, and it's the gentle Jeffrey, oh boy, he was a teacher to make you know how to pass, to move on to the next level. And fear, you have FAIR, you have FARE, and you have FEAR,
So
which is the one we will be dealing with.
Okay, pronounce FAIR for me.
FAIR? Fear.
Right, FARE.
Fair.
And FEAR?
Fear.
Fear. You have to fear. So then, not
This Canadian army here this morning, folks.
No.
Oh gosh.
They say all is fair in love and war.
Yeah.
That is FAIR. You pay you pay your toll on the bus, you pay the FARE. And when you're frightened of something, it's FEAR, fear.
Right. So that's the one we are dealing with this morning. And you asked me the question, Claire. And let me tell you something. I don't
know what it is, but I started about this. Let me tell you something. Okay, let's go. I'm listening.
And only recent, and we decided to have this topic this morning. And sometimes I wonder.
You see, you create what you're afraid of.
Oh, listen. Sunday last, right? I was asked to purchase a ticket for a function, which we call a brunch. I've never been to any brunch before. And I sat down home with my good old self up till late.
Oh, gosh.
I'm telling you, listen, I sat down home with my good old self. Because I like to juke up my television and things sometime and get programs that, even if it's gone before, that's the good thing about the technology these days. You could always go back and look at it. So I remember I was looking at the Bobby Port up till late, And because I wasn't that keen about going to it, really and truly. In fact, if Natasha wanted to go, I really thought she was the one that should have been going, But she decided not to go. So I thought, wow, I've already spent $100 for that ticket.
So you gotta go.
Even if it means that I have to go and take one drink or maybe some premium drink only, I'm going. So in the end, I decided to go. And as a matter of fact, I might have been one of the last person to reach there because I reached there after 9. Yeah. And that was at Suave and Swayze. That event been put on by Big Four Promotions.
Colin, hang in there, we come in.
Claire, I entered. So they just to tell you how late I reached because there was nobody to accept my ticket. As a matter of fact, I still have the ticket with me. And I find out, well, what's happening, where would I get a drink? So I moved to the bar area. And just when I met my son around there and the next guy that I know will be around with Sally. So just I was about to make an order for a drink around the bar, then I move a little lower down. All I heard was pow, 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 pow. Watch it, Claire.
You were
and it couldn't have been too far off from if you know how the place is located.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Where the toilets area is, that BJC is around that kind of area there. You know. And these days, right, based on the trend of what is happening, the upsurge in gun violence, and you're having all kind of drive-by shooting, you really don't want to take chance. So you have to take evasive action to try and, you know, secure your life. So that's what it is all about for me.
Yeah, so what action did you
take? Well, listen what's happening. And the crowd start to move, to run towards the main entrance of the area. I thought, like, I wasn't able to go through this. I scale the wall clear. I heave over the wall. You know, because at this time I can't compete with this crowd that running out of the main entrance. You know, because people was running out, lying low, who balling, who clear. So I scaled the wall. I lost 1 grain of shoe in the process. So when my van parked, because I drove right up, and I remember when I was coming out from the van, there was a guy with a car that come right there and blocked. But he said, "Don't worry, when you're ready to get out, just check me. I'm the DJ man." So I wasn't worried because I done. So I knew I had to leave the van there. So I reached a little lower down just after that first set of bullets went off, and I kind of chill out there to see what's happening. And then I heard some further gunshots again, about another 3 let out again. I thought, you see this thing? So I just walk out to reach right out by the on the main now to go to Batway. Yeah, I myself, Tasha, that's Lolly's daughter. She actually started crying. You know, ladies already some of that kind of fear. Emotions. So then you had a vehicle that was coming in. I think one of the occupants of that vehicle, I think, is somebody from Riverside. And I say, watch, Ollie, you can't go in. It's bully that flying up there. And so they decided to turn back as well. So myself and Tasha got that ride with that vehicle. And the vehicle was going to Plains, but I dropped out by the cemetery. And I go and sit down on Leron shop, step and redeem myself for a while. But then what I do after, I quickly call my son Jidel because to find out if, you know. Yeah, and then he said, Daddy, he said them bullet was flying in the air. But you see, you wouldn't know that. No. You wouldn't know that at the time. You understand? So, boy, that was a fearful moment. And I wonder why I didn't choose that topic for today. And look how it turned out.
You create what you're afraid of.
And remember, the topic has been chosen before that happened.
Yes. Let me get Colin and then we'll see. Good morning, Colin. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Claire. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Good. And good morning, Jess.
My boy, good morning. What's up, bro?
You're here, skill wall.
Well, you have to say thanks to your physical days, but
yes, man. But you know, I still maintain that too, eh?
Yeah, I know you still maintain it.
Yeah.
So you still got it, you still could skill wall. Well, Claire, this morning you guys were talking about the birds and the
white park.
Birds that
Yes.
Yeah. So I just wanted to, I feel, let me give you a little joke with them birds and them. They leave a little joke with you guys about them birds and them there. My partner give me a joke there, but they say, you know, Garling, the bird named Garling, the one that just dive down and get the fish. So Garling went fishing. When Garling go down and he come back up now, the same white bird you talking about, they call him Merv. Merv, they half.
Yes, that's the way they song.
Yes. So Bobo they flying around Garling and he balling half. Meaning he want half of the fish. Garling swallowing the fish and here Garling now all is water.
All is water.
Eat the whole fish, you know. Yeah, all is water. But he swallowing the fish here.
Yes.
And he telling Muff all is water. And the guy he swallowing fish, Muff don't get nothing yet, you know. Because he was talking about the bird there, just because you had give that joke.
No, but yeah, that's the way they song. They make that song when they come in for your food, honestly. And it's terrible. So you good at everything is okay otherwise?
Yeah, everything is okay, man. Everything is okay. I'm listening, you guys.
So, you go call and tell us what you fear later on in the program. And I know you fear. So, like me. So, you know, we're going to chat.
Yes.
Take care. Yeah. Okay, bye-bye.
All right, folks. So the number would be 4420175, and you would want to share your experience whatever fear you would have had at some point in time as we go through. So, Claire, we
So
on.
yeah, we're saying good morning. The live is morning coming on like the Ann Leo said good morning to all. Lots of rain in Atlanta, that's what Ann says. Again, April flowers hitting to May, we get beautiful flowers from the showers. Miss Matheson says good morning. Well, let me tell you what Ann Leo said. She says, CJ, I heard the man had 2 women there and he couldn't handle them, so he hot some shot, fire some shot, boom boom, so everybody could play. It's that tabanka thing he was going through. And maybe 2 of them was decided
how
that
could you refer that to as Tabanka?
Well, if there are two, you had 2 ladies.
Yeah, but
well, maybe none of them are bothering with him. So
no.
Well, maybe not.
I don't think that was the case. I don't interpret it to be in that way. If you do, but not certainly.
He
not
was so hot, so he fired some shot. Okay, so only when he didn't hit him with no ball or hit him with it, so he hurt in some way or form emotionally. So maybe when you have 2 women somewhere, you can't go by none of them. You have to stay single in that way. So
Claire, we have a call.
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Claire, and good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The gentleman there mentioned about the shooting in Swayze, and this reminded me. His experience reminded me of an experience I had in 1983 when Bishop and others were executed. I happened to get up on that fort minutes before the armored car came up. And I can tell you, I was in conversation with somebody there, and then I just heard all these. There was a loud boom at first, and then the sound of automatic gun firing going off. People started running and screaming, Lord Jesus, people get down. I hit the ground, not knowing that I lost one side of my shoe. He just mentioned about him losing when he tried to scale the wall. And that's exactly what people were doing, running towards that wall. People were hanging on to others, trying to get up to escape. And eventually, there was a cease. I decided to run because I am afraid of heights. I ran to a corner up on that fort. And when I got to the corner there were just bees just moving. And I said, you know what? I don't care if the bees eat me up. I have to get away from here. When I ended up in a corner, you think there's this tree, people call it Fiji. There's this thing growing out of the wall. And when I got to that corner, there were about 5 persons hanging in on that thing there. And, I ended up with them. People were praying. I remember this lady, Eric Pierre's wife, she was one of the persons there. She was saying, oh my God, bring us a ladder. Get a ladder so we come down. And I couldn't believe it. One lady that was there, she was visiting from the U.S. And that woman, when she realized that nothing was happening, she just threw herself. And I said, you know what? I have to do the same thing. I waited a little bit, and I waited the height. I heaved, and I took off. Got to where the police headquarters was, right in that junction there before you go up the fort. That's where I ended out. And I remember people saying, oh, look at that woman. There was bottom outside. Not knowing the back of the pants I was wearing, it was a navy blue colored pants. It was torn from the waist right down.
Wow.
Yes,
so that means you skated down the thing.
Yeah, that tandem is possible. Very much possible.
I had a one-sided shoe, and I wasn't looking back. I heard people saying, put up your hands. I didn't know who was giving the commands, but hands were up. And I headed down for the traffic point right at the top of Canal Shield. Headed down Young Street. And I took off. When I got to the carriage, there was a truck loaded with people. There was a bus, Sweet Rose's bus. People were hanging outside of the bus. The bus had no driver, but people got in that bus and people were just hanging outside. I saw this truck and I took off running after that truck. Took off running to escape from downtown. I couldn't get a hold of the truck. Finally, when I got over to Hugh Street, that telephone company, there was a gentleman who was going to St. Daly. He said he was going to Windsor Forest. And I begged him for a ride. I begged him. I got in that vehicle and I lay flat on the floor in the back of the vehicle. I say, I don't want anybody to see me. That was the most fearful time I had ever had in my life.
I understand. Totally.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when these
fear
things
is real, and you never forget
Claire,
it.
when fear is happening and when things like that are happening. So, for example, you didn't hear that one yet. After I realized I had 2 pieces of prickle in my body, one on my instep and one underneath the sole of my feet.
When you scaled the wall,
yeah, I didn't even realize it, not until maybe about an hour after.
Then your adrenaline was going. Yeah.
I got bruise on my left shoulder. I didn't realize that. Nothing.
I know the experience. I read.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, have a blessed.
You too. Bye bye. You see, that's the thing. Fear is totally real, and you know, and there are a lot of things that people can talk about that makes them fearful, or they fear. Some people fear snakes and so. So let's get into it.
Talking about snake. That is the next one for later on, down.
I know that one. Let me tell you, you've been through some situations.
But what I'm telling you, I tell you.
You've been through some situations.
The Almighty always have this guy
yes,
back.
yes.
Trust me, I'm telling you.
So we're talking about fear this morning and how it affects you mentally. And I know you sitting there, and the lady that just called and talked. You see, it's happened in 1983, and you can give a vivid explanation as to what happened because you never forget it, because it's the fear of what is inside of you. And I'm sure right now, with you, anytime you go to Swayze, you're looking to see if there's anybody with a gun or people going to come with gun or anything. And that is the thing that causes anxiety attacks, that cause people to be fearful. So it says, what is fear? Psychologists define fear as a protective, primal emotion that evokes a biochemical and emotional response. Fear alerts us to the presence of danger or the threat of harm, whether the danger is physical or psychological, whereas the biochemical changes that fear produces are universal. Emotional responses are highly individual. Fear produces biochemical and emotional reaction to a perceived threat, whether that danger is actual or imagined. It is a natural, necessary, protective response, but when the reaction is out of proportion to the actual threat, it can be problematic. Fear can also be a symptom of some mental health conditions, including panic disorders, social anxiety disorders, phobias, and post-traumatic stress disorders known as PTSD. So
that is so obvious in itself, Claire. And this thing, sometimes it leaves you in situation for the rest of your life.
I just said you're not forgetting it. You don't forget it. I know.
Yeah.
So it talks of a biochemical reaction. It says fear is both a natural emotion and a survival mechanism. When confronted with a perceived threat, the body responds in specific ways. Physical reaction includes sweating, increased heart rate, and high adrenaline levels that cause extreme alertness. This physical response is also known as the fight or flight response, with which your body prepares to confront the danger or run away. This biochemical reaction is likely an evolutionary development and automatic response that is crucial to survival. You did that. She did that. You understand?
Yeah.
Fight or flight. Is either you stand there and fight or you run for your life, which is what most people will do. And as a matter of fact, in that
under the circumstances,
thing, I had a girl run, she broke her leg. You see, I said, yes. I said sometimes you're in the right place at the wrong time. You know when I say wrong place at wrong time? But you go to a brunch, for crying out loud. Who would think about coming to a brunch with gun or something to harm people? If you want to harm yourself, stay home and take yourself out. Leave people alone.
Before you continue, you know what fills me really in all of this? Is the organizers, I could just imagine how they would have felt. Breakdowns. They may even cry because the settings was just so nice. At one time, you probably thought you were in foreign, and for something like that to happen, it's just It
says mental illness causes a lot of things, and we don't know what triggers anybody to do the things that they do, because you and I can be sitting here as normal as ever right now, Jester, and something just happened to us, it triggers something, and we do things that we never thought we could have done or will do. So, we have to look at it on all fronts. Here it says emotional response. The emotional response to fear, on the other hand, is highly personalized because fear involves some of the same chemical reactions in our brains that positive emotions such as happiness and excitement do. Feeling fear under certain circumstances can be perceived as fun. For example, when you watch a movie like Scary 2 movie or Friday the 13th and all that gives people excitement, some not me. Some people are adrenaline seekers, thriving on extreme sports and other fear-inducing, thrilling situations. Others have negative reactions to the feeling of fear, avoiding fear-inducing situation at all costs. Although the physical reaction is the same, the experience of fear can be positive or negative depending on the person. So if you're one of those people that like seeking high activities, like jumping out from top of a rock and into the ocean, or doing diving out of an airplane or so, these people, they have the adrenaline rush. Although they have fear, but they're not really afraid of what they're taking that chance. Whereas me, I'll stand on the ground and watch and say, oh, he could do that? More power to him. Because I know that I would not go and jump off a rock into the ocean way deep down to tell myself that I'm seeking adventure. I could find adventure just walking down the road. Just like that. You understand? Yeah. So it is a biochemical that it's either positive or negative. The positive side is that they go and they do this jumping thing, and the negative is what we got the other day, where people had to run for their life. Even though the gun was fired in the air, nobody knew that at the time. All they heard was pop, 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 pop.
Exactly.
Listen, sometimes at night I'm in my room on the bed, and I'm hearing pop, 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 pop. I said, okay, I know I could fit underneath that bed. So I'm telling you.
So that probably you think it's gone?
It is gone. I think it's gone. I know it's gone. I'm not a fool. You hear gunshot. We didn't know it was a filoto or something. It was gunshot,
it was
right?
gunshots.
Yeah, because of the pattern it takes.
I've been around long enough to know gunshots.
Okay, so am I. You hear pop, 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 pop. And I'm like, what? And it sounds, and the funny thing, it may have fired in Rose Hill, it may have fired in Riverside, but it's singing right behind my house there. So I'm like, I said, I know I could fit under that bed. If you come any closer, they're going to have to find me under that bed. Because it is scary. And you know what? In a quiet place, it sounds the loudest, like it's right next to you. And I don't understand how you want to go to somewhere that people are, having a little fun, and you just want to disrupt the whole thing and make everybody's life in shambles from fear of dying or fear of getting hurt. You can't do that.
It's just so sad, so sad and unfortunate,
It says symptoms of fear. Fear often involves both physical and emotional symptoms. Each person experiences fear differently, but some of the common signs and symptoms are, I don't know if you get that, chest pains, chills, dry mouth, nausea, rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, sweating, trembling, upset stomach. In addition to the physical symptoms of fear, people sometimes experience psychological symptoms of being overwhelmed, upset, feeling out of control, or a sense of impending death. And I'm telling you, Jester, I'm sure a lot of people that was at Suave and Swayze that night thought they were going to die. Yeah, because when bullets are flying, you don't know where it's coming from and who it's going to hit. So everybody's like, I am going to die right now.
Especially the trend that is now happening within our society. You have all kind of drive-by shooting, all this kind of thing happening. So you just...
And I'm not saying that things cannot happen in your home, But you see, that's why I stay close to my doors. You understand? I stay really close. Because I have that fear of large crowd as it is already. So if I am going somewhere and the crowd is not that large, I'm looking for the nearest exit, and I'm not staying far from it, that I could just bolt like you saying, no pun intended. I'm going to just bolt out of there. Sometimes I'm going out there and I meet my destiny just the same way. But the fight or flight is what is in all of us. It's either you stay or you go. And most of us wants to go, because when you heard the gunshots firing in Swayze, You did not stand up. You scale wall. People run. Because it is the unknown. The unknown. You don't know where it's coming from and who is getting it next.
You know, Claire, when I used to be hearing of these things, and you know, more in the international scenes, you're hearing of these things and them happening, you know. Even maybe more in the regional scene, maybe places like Jamaica, Trinidad. But now you're having a taste of it's horrible.
And
it's
bitter.
really horrible.
Really bitter,
and let me tell you
isn't it?
something. I always say something because you know me when I speak from my heart, and I don't business. Right now, the government have this amnesty on where people they're encouraging you to go lay down your illegal weapons without any harassment. You don't have to answer no questions. And let me tell you something. With all what is going on now, I would like that they take some real stringent measures after these 90 days for anybody who got caught in illegal weapons. Be real stringent. In fact, I understand that anybody they find after that time, there will be no bail. And I am in support of that. Trust me. And it should be much more stringent measures. We have to protect the security of our citizens because we largely depend on the tourism industry. And if we do not put certain measures in place to curb this sort of upsurge, then we've got trouble down the road. It's as simple as that.
I said that yesterday because when last week or so, when I was going to the hospital to visit my mom, I saw Explorer of the Seas. That's one of the Royal Caribbean cruise lines. And I'm like, whoa. That made me want to go back on a cruise. You know, I went on the sister ship with the Serenade of the Seas. The Explorer of the Seas came from Nassau, the other one goes to Puerto Rico. And when you go to town that day, the amount of people that came from Explorer of the Seas into the mainland to see what Grenada is all about because they hear about the Spice Island and it's peaceful and they come. With this thing that is going on there, look at them just cutting it out, you know,
Yeah.
and we're suffering. We got a call. Good morning. Lady.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Justin.
Good morning to you, my dear lady.
Why that topic this morning?
Well, you know, we always touch topics that would really raise you.
You afraid something?
Something might bring back some kind of memories, man. That might be the sad part.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Of course, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I look at it as coming face to face with fear. Claire, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of dreaming. I'm afraid of dreaming, Claire. Claire, whenever I wake between 3 and 5 in the morning, I wake up and then I go back to sleep as so we fall asleep. And I dream. Just Claire, that is the worst thing that could happen to me. There was a time I got up one morning. No, lie down there, say thank you, Lord, for allowing me to see a new day. You know, I think it was just and every time I get up, I check the time. It was just about 3:10. Lie down there, fall asleep again. Just then I had a dream. When I got up and I checked the time, it was about 4:45. And I was like, Lord, you know that dream. You the interpreter of all dreams. Claire, I was scared. Just that I was frightened. I said, no. Later on in the morning, I called a friend and I said, look at that dream I had. And I'm frightened.
Breathe.
He said, we just have to
watch and pray. I said, I know. I said, I know somebody very close to me. I'm going to lose them. A few days passed, and I was there doing something, and the phone rang. I heard the phone rang. I didn't bother. Then the phone rang again. I said no. And as I was going to check the phone to see who the call came from, the same time the phone rang again, and I take the call. I said, you called me? The person says yes. You heard anything? I said, what? And the person said, such and such person passed. And under that circumstances. And that was it with me. I couldn't say a word. I didn't know anything for maybe the next 2-3 minutes. I couldn't tell if I take out of the phone or whatever the case may be. And then I know I was just bawling. And I was saying, no, that can't happen. That cannot happen. Don't tell me I saw it. Don't tell me I saw it. And then thereafter, the same person I told the dream, they called me and they said to me, you saw it. You saw it. This is the dream. This is what you saw. Just and up to today, every time I reflect on that, I'm getting scared. I am getting scared to know that I lost a dear friend and wasn't able to say, well, I am going to lose you. I couldn't tell who it was. But the dream is that I was going to lose somebody. And that friend was so dear to me. We were so close that every time I reflect on it, I get emotional.
I know. Wow. Yeah.
And so that leaves me to be afraid of dreaming.
Or even sleeping?
Yeah.
Because you can only dream when you sleep.
Some people have vision. It's vision they usually have. Some people have visions. They see what's going to happen. Yeah.
Every time I reflect on that dream, I get so scared. I don't want to have another dream like that. I don't want to lose a relative, a friend, and not even let's say my enemy under that circumstance. Because
I know.
It's the thing about it. I can't say that I would not reflect, and sometimes it just comes to mind.
Oh yeah, you don't have the control of that.
Comes to mind, and I just have to leave what I'm doing and sit down and then compose myself together and to go again. To be honest, I'm very, very, very fearful, frightened, afraid of dreaming during that particular time. Between 3 and 5 in the morning.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks.
And just go breathe and
Thanks.
just breathe. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah. Claire,
See,
this morning
there are a lot of things that make people really, really go off just in fear.
Yeah.
And it is. The word is just a small 4-letter word, but the impact of fear is not in any way.
Claire, and it happens at all levels or in different forms,
Yes.
Yes. Because I can give you some examples of other things, but as we go along and we fear.
Every week we choose a topic, and we talk about it, we discuss it, and everything like that. And sometimes, to me, I know that I learn a lot from doing those research, and so it even helps me to deal with myself. You understand?
Yeah.
And when we bring it out, and you hear what others have to say about what they go through in life with a lot of things that we talked about, you are not unique in this situation.
Exactly.
You are not unique. So you can't sit there and say, oh, I'm going through this and it's only me. No, it is not only you. A lot of people, a lot of us are going through things. It's just that how we deal with it that makes a difference in our lives. It's how we deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is not, a lot of things are not easy to deal with, and that's why we have mental issues. Like people go through mental illness with a lot of things that happen to them. They don't know how to do that, they just go mad. Totally mad. And we might sit here and think, well, oh, they must be on some kind of drugs, or they might be on something, they might be doing something with themselves, and it's nothing to do with that. It's a situation that you are going through, and you look left, you look right, and if you're someone that are reclusive or inclusive, and you don't speak about it, this is when madness is going to come to you. And it's coming to you big, and it's coming fast. It's a good thing myself, I just blabber my mouth, I don't. Something bothers me, I call it Jester. What do you think? Look at the situation. I speak because this is my therapy.
Yeah.
I know I've been therapized. I know I'm not afraid to tell anybody that I was going through some sort of emotion 6 years ago. And my daughter recognized it, I recognized it, and I plain stop, and I could deal with that. You just make appointment, you go into see a therapist. And I went to see the therapist 2 sessions, and she was able to tell me what's wrong with me, right, whatever it is that's bothering you. I become a writer, I might have to make a book someday, I don't know. But I become a writer because I write what it is that is bothering me. I read it afterwards, and then I get along, I move along. So when we cannot deal with the fear that we have, Jester, is what causes us to become a lot of things in our lives. And we have to learn to know what works for us. It says to diagnose fear, you can talk to your healthcare provider if you're experiencing persistent, excessive feelings of fear. Your doctor may conduct a physical exam and perform lab tests to ensure that your fear and anxiety are not linked to an underlying medical condition. So sometimes, oh, my body calling back. I know he was going to call back, Jester. I know. I just knew it. Yes, Collins, what are you afraid of?
Before I go into what I am afraid of, the lady that just called me, I don't know the individual, but I like to refer to her as my sister.
Mm-hmm.
My sister, I want to say to you, don't be scared of dreaming. You are in the twilight of revelation time, and you are chosen. So don't be scared. I know sometimes it can be traumatic, but that 3 to 5 a.m., you're in the twilight of revelation, and things are being revealed to you. You're chosen to be revealed to, so don't be scared. You are protected by the majesty of the Almighty. Know that and believe that. You are protected and you are chosen. So don't be scared. But not everybody goes through that. And I assume that you're a left side sleeper. I don't know the individual, but I assume that she's a left side.
Well, she going to call back and say she's sleeping on the left or right, and maybe that's why I'm calling. She going to tell us what side she sleep on. So
yes, Claire, my fear.
What you fearful of?
Claire, let me watch. I don't go on a plane thing with you, eh?
The plane thing coming up. I'm going to deal with me and my plane thing. Don't worry. My plane thing coming up. Don't worry. Colin, be careful what you say this morning because I'm going to add to the plane thing. All right.
Every time I sit there, I remember Claire. This thing I say, Claire, don't forget it. That's all actor.
Nah. I was blessed with memories to hold them on.
So let me tell you something. In 83, after the intervention, I was a little boy then, and I left. We went live Jester.
Yeah.
So we touching crab that night, and just as somebody let off a thing. When I tell you somebody let off a thing, like they empty the whole magazine.
Wow.
Right.
And was that day or night? Was that day or night?
The touching crab, that has to be night.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Claire, school him.
Yeah. You're right. Yes.
Even me, I don't know how to touching crab. No, it's in the night. You're gonna touch crab.
Touching. Yeah. So it's night. Yeah.
So Just I tell you them they empty the whole clip. And you know the kind of thing was the grade that during that time.
Yeah.
Was it
We
the
run from
AK-47 you're
Rivera-
talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
We run, and I was a little boy them time behind them bigger fellas. Right? And we run from Rivera. We took a break right there in the cemetery. Everybody can't breathe.
From Rivera straight to the cemetery. Wow.
In the cemetery, we
Bolts,
take a break.
Bolts had nothing on you guys at that time.
Man, when I tell you, run. Then I left Grenada and I go to St. Thomas in 87. But I was playing basketball, so I love basketball. As I reach in St. Thomas Day, I buy a basketball. My aunt kept telling me, don't go on that court there. The court is right by the house. She said, don't go there. These boys and them, they firing guns, they doing things. But I so love the basketball. I leave and I gone. I buy the ball and I start to go there and play with it. I can never forget the team name. A team name Easy Does It. They might say, what man, you're playing good man, come and play with us and things like that. So I gave me a little props from them and I keep going. But I hide in and go because my aunt and tell me, don't go there and play basketball. I on the court there where they play in our time and a fight break out. So 2 brothers against 1 guy. The guy left and he go.
Oh Lord.
I see them guys, those guys and the other 2 guys go in their car. And we still continue to play the basketball. We still continue to play. But it was my ball. So we were playing 3-on-3. And the ball went to the other half of the court because we were just playing one half of the court. So the ball get away now and I'm chasing the ball going down to the other half of the court. But while we were playing, scampering for the rebound, I realized like people are running, but we're so focused in the game and at the same time now the ball went down, is going down to the other half of the court and I'm following the ball. No, I'm going right up to the gunman. The man have just a long thing and a towel cover it and he coming back. That is the one guy who they fought with before. And he coming back from put it away the backside, coming up. And I said, and the ball going down there and I running go down to him. Is then, watch, just I turn around it and I start to run. I pass my house. What?
You pass your house?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. If my brother wanted to give my brother wanted to give you that joke, you know, because he was you could sit by us and kind of see the court. So he was sitting there a little bit and he watching. The man said, when he called me, and to tell you the honest truth, I passed the man and I didn't even really hear he call me. It's quite down the road, it like record you brother call you, you know. I tell you I passed the house, I end up all the way about a block down. Before I could kind of compose myself and come back, you know.
Yeah.
I tell you, watch, when you're in them kind of circumstances, and then the other one I had was 911. And right now, if you're around me, and any kind of pop or any boom in particular, anytime I get a boom, it definitely draw my attention.
Yeah.
Yes.
Traumatized.
Even though it's
man.
camouflage that's backfire in there, you're getting it.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I was about 3 blocks away from 911. About 3 blocks. And I tell you about 3 blocks. That morning, I saw that plane right over us. And when I heard that first boom, up to this day, anytime you drop something heavy around me, it definitely get my attention.
Yeah, it triggers it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that 911 I never get this out of my system.
You need to go for therapy, you know. You heard me?
Maybe.
No, you need to go. Yeah. Because let me tell you, and he's saying the boom. If you don't go get yourself, let somebody get. You see, you could talk to friends and so, and everybody experienced 911, whether they were there, whether they saw it on TV. Because I know I saw one reporter without shoes in her foot because she had to take off her heels and run for her life. You see, that picture stayed with me forever. She broadcasting away from the building, and she's saying, look at her foot is white with ashes on it, and she says, I had to take my shoes out and run barefoot to get away from dying. So it's a lot of people that was affected by that worldwide, because I remember sitting at work and we heard on the radio there was an attack in New York, and we had TVs there, so we stopped work and we watching, and you can see. And my thing at that time, I was not there, but I can see people jumping out of a window. And tell me how that's going to leave my mind. And you that were present there, you have to go to get some. Listen, Colin, and I'm going to tell you straight, because I'm authentic as that, like it is. Regardless of who it is that will sit there and you go to therapy and say, you're not a real man for you to go to therapy, tell them, take a leap and jump the lake. I'm telling you that. Because you are in your subconscious. Consciously, it's not there every day in front of your face to be talking about it. But you sit or you hear boom and it affects you. Go seek help. You don't have to go and lie down on the couch upside down. They stop do that.
Well, what is...
There's what's wrong with this cure.
The question you're asking there, I ask that all the time.
No, but when you used to go for therapy before, the therapist sit on that side and you lie down upside down, like they don't want to see the reaction of what they're telling you and you don't to get the truth out of you. You lie upside down. Now, you sit and you face them, they have conversation with you. So you can really feel okay to talk about what it is. And if you never take an advice from me because you don't know me, take that one. Go seek some help. Because it's going to harm you for the rest of your living life. Well, when you're dead, you can't feel anything anyway. But go seek help somewhere. I'm telling you, take that one.
No, and I agree with you. You're right. Because, I mean, Claire, they helped. We were stuck inside there until about minutes to 4 that day.
Well, there you go.
We stayed there and witnessed everything. So you're right. I understand.
No. And you see, and I'm hitting men now. Men with their ego always feel that, I am too big to think, and I don't want anybody to know that I'm going through this. But you are not unique. There are a lot of people that experience 911 right there. There are firefighters that die in there. There are firefighters that that died by suicide after that because they couldn't handle what they saw.
Claire, let me tell you this one. When the second tower fall, right? Myself and 2 other guys, we said, well, let's go see what we can do. And you're talking about ashes, that's when we had to turn back because it was just so much smoke and ashes. People were just running all over the place and stuff like that. And we go down as far as we can and you couldn't see nothing again. When I tell you nothing, just smoke and ashes in the street there. So we turn now and we're coming back up. And on our way coming back up now, we had a big round briefcase right next to our phone booth. So I see the briefcase and I pointed it out to my co-worker. I said to him, look at this briefcase there. You see, boy, that Wall Street and I got be one of them money man briefcase today, boy. But by then they don't announce it's an attack on the radio because we were listening to the radio. So you see, boy, that one of them money, that Wall Street area here, you know, that one of them money man briefcase, boy. Let me take it. I say, Mr. Man, I don't want money, so because all what in my head is a bomb in that briefcase. So I say, boy, I ain't touching this thing for nothing. The same time now, 2 policemen were coming up, fleeing the scene. And we showed them, man, they were on the other side of the street to us, And I waved their attention and showed them the briefcase. Clear, them man on the other side of the road. Now they start to running. And then when they run a little higher up, I want to tell you, get out today, you know.
Bomb!
Them man run fast.
Yeah.
They run fast. And then stop a little higher up and tell us, come, get out today.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm telling you. So I understand. Yeah, and you're right.
And you have all that in your head, and it's not going to leave your head. Take my advice. I'm telling you, go talk to someone. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. They have therapists all over the place. Even where you work, they offer things. Because especially in the media, I went to a session with Paho not too long ago, and They're saying that in the media they have therapists on site to help the journalists and so when they come back from stories. Because let me tell you, what you see will never leave you. You hear me always talk about on the train when I was going to the doctor with my daughter. She was a few months old and I had her on a couch in front of me. And I saw that man in front of the platform on the subway. I saw the man and there was a lady standing next to him. The train come and then after the man wasn't there. You understand? That never ever left me. The man, the worst thing, the man did not die. When they turn off the light and turn off the thing and they said everybody leave the platform and go upstairs because you couldn't go anywhere anyway. When somebody tried to come in to take their life by suicide, they get rid of everybody on platform and lights and so. When the man came up, he was a rumpy and he had no arms. And you know, I felt really terrible because this is not what he went for. He went to die. And now you have to live with the fact that he has no legs and no arms. And I'm telling you, that never left my head. I could tell you straight up. Never left. And sometimes when I think about it, I bathe myself in tears because I'm like, how does someone just take their good life and just walk in front of a train or walk in front of a bus, just walk across the street and do that to themselves, you know, understand? And it is things like what Colin is talking about that is playing in the head day after day after day, and they're not dealing with it and causes them to do that. They say, it don't make sense, I'm living anymore, let me go take myself out. So Colin, as a friend to you, go seek some help, I'm telling you.
Yep, you're sure right. I will do that.
And because you know now that I know that I would not stop telling you and I wouldn't stop asking if you go see someone, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm doing that out of love for you.
I know that.
That's why you don't jump on people on the plane and sit down in people's lap.
Excuse me.
No. And that one was fair again too.
Excuse.
Yeah.
That one was fair again, Claire. That's the only one that caused me to do that. That was fear, nothing else.
I know.
Yeah. Fear, man.
Fear causes you to do all kinds of stuff. Things that you never thought that you're going to do normally. When you are fearful, you're doing anything. So we are talking about something real here that each and every one of us as human beings go through some sort of it. We don't go through all, but we go through some sort of fear in our lives. And sometimes they say we create what we fear. Jester said to me, Claire, let's do about fear this weekend. Now he goes and serve and says he had to scale wall and running away from bullets. You understand? He created that.
But look when he find out that he a picker in his foot. You see, the fear does that. You know?
Yes.
Fear makes people run on broken foot and all kind of things like that.
Yes. Yeah. And when they settle down, they feel the pain and they realize that they have a broken leg.
Yeah, then you something is wrong. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it gives you that drive. Yeah.
Thank you so very much, and I'll be on
Thank
your
you,
back.
Collins.
I'll be all over you like white on rice. Let me tell you.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
All the best.
Take care.
All right,
Bye-bye.
great for your contribution, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, just that's the thing. When we are fearful of things, we don't know. And I'm telling you, and I don't care who you are as an individual, whether you're working in NASA or you are the King of England or the Prince of Persia. It doesn't make sense. We all go through fear in our lives, and things that we have inside of us that makes us fearful and we're not talking about it is what's going to kill us. A lot of people end up in a mental home, not because they had the mad genes in them or anything, you know, things that happen in their daily lives on a daily basis that push them to be where they are. And we have to start speaking about it. There's no shame in saying that you're going through certain things. And the people that are going to take it and run with it and say, you don't hear Jester going through that, and you don't hear this. Hey, just check it. Your day has not come as yet. That doesn't mean that you're not going to go through it. Jester is in front and Claire is in front, but who knows what's going to happen to you in the back.
But I think we said that before already.
Yes.
It's just a very thin line, like a hairline that exists
between
between
sanity and insanity.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's not something to take for granted.
And a lot of things that we go through in our head, sometimes our brain just cannot take it, and we hit the line of insanity, and that's it. There's no turning back. And that gentleman that called, was it last week or the week before, and he talked about his sons and this, and he says mental health. And I never forgot the conversation that he had with us, because he's saying that it can be reversed. Because you know why it would be reversed? Because he's caring about his children. He's showing them that I am there for you. I am not going to stigmatize you and say you are a madman or you are my son is mad. He's caring about, he's showing them care. And that is what we have to do as human beings. When somebody is going through something, do not take it as something to be happy about, to gloat about.
No, not at
help,
all.
help as much as you possibly can. So it says phobias, Jester. One aspect of anxiety disorders can be fear of fear. You hear that? Your fear of fear.
One aspect of anxiety disorders can be a fear of fear.
Yes. Whereas most people experience fear only during a situation that is perceived as scary or threatening, those who live with anxiety disorders may become afraid that they will experience a fear response. They perceive the fear responses as negative and go out of their way to avoid those responses. A phobia is a twisting of the normal fear responses. The fear is directed towards an object or situation that does not present a real danger. Though you recognize that the fear is unreasonable, you can't help the reaction. Over time, the fear worsens as the fear of fear response takes hold. Fear versus phobia. What is the difference? So you are afraid of fear. You're afraid that something is going to happen to you.
Yeah.
So you put a double whammy on yourself now, and that causes anxiety attack. I get anxiety attack, as I tell you, and it is not. I could go in a crowd. I go to a convention and I'm not afraid, because I know nothing is going to happen there unless a madman walk in with a gun and start shooting people that is not related to it at all. If I go to, say, I take my good self here and I say I'm going to a groovy night or whatever it is, then fear galore. I'm telling you, because my body is starting to react to what is around me. And let me tell you, when I tell myself something is wrong and I need to leave, and if I go somewhere to just and I said, let's go, don't question me, just let's go. Because I get it,
Gut feeling.
Yeah, I get the gut feeling that all is not well here and I need to move. We got a call. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good
I
morning.
thought you said in calling back.
Well, yeah,
Yes, go ahead.
PRA time.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God. That was one of the worst experience in my life. Claire running hermitage. Claire, and taking children and going. Claire running snail hall. Claire make a bake for me and my children to eat. Claire was afraid of it.
You leave the bakes behind?
Yes. And Claire, if I tell you where I end up, quite in Snail Hall, by my uncle. We pass in Albaca Snail Hall. Go all up by Ross. And I buy dunks up there. And then to go through and to bus out by my uncle. Watch. When you watch gun, monkish people, if they think back of what they go through under PRA, every minute we have to go on our knees and call on God and say thank you, Jesus. You don't have who they do jail in Monkridge. You don't have what they do. They're knocking at your door anytime. Watch play on the floor. I used to sleep in the midst of my children for afraid.
I know.
I leave the bed, And I'm making bed on the ground and sleep with my children. Fear. Fear.
Yes, it is a terrible thing.
You know what bring me back home? The invasion. When they had the invasion, as 2 days out, 3 days must be passed. I think Red Bull, Bandy, and someone come and call us. Where we is. I tell him, no, I don't come in here to wait. I'm waiting still to know what's going to take place. Well, 2 days passed after. I say, well, we're going to make a try and to go. Same passing in woods again, Not only men. When we come into right where they have that, where Clanny have a workshop day, they have a road day. We hear a bus coming up, Claire. Nice on that bus. Claire, we say it's PRA. If you see people run back again, go back in the woods.
Yeah, it was a scary time, and a lot of people went through some stuff.
When we watched was a PTS, and all those people we peeping, you know, head tied with a piece of white diaper, a white cloth, or how you could call it. That is people they released from prison from where whatsoever. And one man by the name of Shep, what was driving that bus. That Hans Clay saw I come back home, but before that, back in the night, you antenna up, you know,
I
that
know.
is fear. So fear is not a simple thing.
No, it's not.
You didn't know, and something could happen, and you're shaking like a leaf.
Yep.
Breeze don't blow you, but
You're shaking.
You're shaking. So
yes. Thanks, Mons.
everybody experience a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But fear, be careful with that one. It could get you crazy too, eh?
Well, you just said that, yeah. You said you might madhouse straight.
Crazy.
Yeah. Thank you.
But with God, all things are possible.
For sure. Amen to
Okay,
that.
Jess, hold tight.
Right.
And I hope you take all the prickle in your food.
Yes, it came out. It came out.
All right. Take care, Mons. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it is, fear is real. It is as real as they come. Let me say good morning to a few people here. Jocelyn, good morning. Kenrick Gibbs, good morning. Natalia John, good morning. Teresa Joseph from TO is in the house too. Claudette Sylvester from TO is also in the house. We have all the TO people here. in the house. I can't do the American, you do the thing. We in the house.
Trey, you always make people say police go with us.
Listen, I know to myself I didn't interfere nobody for spreading my joy for myself. What police gonna go with us for that? You know.
You are the right person handling this program. Every day I will tell you that.
So whatever you want. So we have causes of fear. Fear is incredibly complex with no single primary cause. Some fears result from experiences of trauma, whereas others may represent a fear of something else entirely, such as loss of control. Still, others fear may occur because they cause physical symptoms such as being afraid of heights, because they make you feel dizzy and sick to your stomach. So these are something causes of fear. Like the lady said this morning when she had to run away from the fort, she was afraid of heights.
Yeah.
But the fear makers just kid down there and just throw her body over because she's trying to leave. You understand? She's trying to live her life. I think we need to take a quick commercial break and we shall be right back.
Save water. Save water. Save water. Save water. Save water. Save water. For me and you. Save water. For the future too. Save water. Every drop you can. Save water. For the Caribbean. Save water. Save water. How do we save water? Invest in making things better. Make things better. Make dams, reservoirs and pipelines stronger. New policies and plans to take action. Educate the entire nation. Water is a finite resource that needs urgent recourse. Save water. Save water. For me and you. Save water. For the future too. Save water. Every drop you can. Save water. For the Caribbean. Save water. Save water. The whole Caribbean in the same climate. Same problems and same challenges. Together we'll find the solutions. Together we'll take action. And what a secure Caribbean is a crucial mission. We need some urgent action. Leaders of our nation. Save water. Save water. Save water. For me and you. Save water. For the future too. Save water. Every drop you can. Save water. For the Caribbean. Save water. Save water. Save water. Save the water that falling from the sky. Save water. Full up your blueberries. Save water. Full up all your berries. Save water. Full up your blueberries. Save water. Full up all your berries. Save water.
Chester, it is 8:52. We'll be going to news at 9. So just want everybody to know at 9 o'clock we'll be heading to the Triple N news. So it says some common fear triggers include, so things that can trigger your fear, Chester. It says certain specific objects of situations like spiders, snakes, heights, flying, etc. Future events, imagined events, real environmental dangers, the unknown. Certain fears tend to be innate and may be evolutionarily influenced because they aid in survival. Others are learned and are connected to associations or traumatic experience. So there are the types of fears now. Some of the anxiety disorders that characterized by fear include agoraphobia, which is extreme or irritational fear of entering open or crowded places, of leaving one's own home, or being in places from which escape is difficult. So, like if you're in a building and something is happening in the building and you tell yourself you cannot get out, that is a fear that is called agoraphobia. So you have extreme irritational fear. You don't want to enter that building, and then when you enter, you're afraid to, and you have to leave, you can't leave. So you get trapped. It says, another one is generalized anxiety disorder, which is severe ongoing anxiety that interferes with daily activities. So you're afraid of everything. You are even afraid of yourself because you generalize fear. Everything is giving you anxiety attack. Panic disorder. People with panic disorder have frequent and unexpected panic attacks. It is a sudden wave of fear or discomfort or a sense of losing control. That is people like me. Like I'm in a crowded place and I just get that feeling that something is about to happen and I gotta move. I get panic attack like that. So that's why I said to you, I avoid crowd at all cost. Crowds that, the rowdy crowds and, you go to street jam and all this kind of thing, I prefer stay by my yard. You understand? Because I know how I'm going to start feeling once. Because I can feel it. I remember years ago I went to New York to visit my mom. And she said to me, let's go on the parkway. And I'm like, parkway? She said, come on, take a walk. I said, oh, okay. We're going on the parkway. And then we're standing on the side of the road and I just start getting a funny feeling and I said, I need to go home. And she says, what's wrong? I said, I'm not feeling right. Let's go. About half an hour afterwards, there was gunshot on the parkway. People running for their life. So imagine me there, and I had to run for my life. I died. I'm telling you, I died. So when my being, my intuition is telling me that things are happening, I never go against it to deny that nothing is happening. I leave. I prefer to leave and be wrong than stay and be right.
Yeah.
This is how my thing works. It says post-traumatic stress disorder. We all know what that is. And Collins, I know you are listening, but you too are having a slight thing of post-traumatic stress disorder, because when you hear boom, it affects you. You see something, it affects you. This is what you experience at 9/11 or even when you're playing basketball and stuff. I'm no therapist. I'm just saying what it is because it happens to each and every one of us. Some things that happened to us in our life before and we hear it around us, it just triggers things. Post-traumatic stress disorder. And unless you do not go speak to someone about it, a lot of soldiers that comes from the military goes through post-traumatic stress disorder. And a lot of them has dogs. They have animals that can feel when they're going to get an attack and they calm them down. Because they hear a car backfire and they think it's some bullies that find in their thing, and they just go off. So these things are real as they come. We have separation anxiety disorder. And this mostly they are in children. When a child has become separated from a parent, the child becomes excessively anxious when they are away from the mother or the father. Say you go to sporting event, and I know we hear that announced a lot. Parents, keep your children close to you. Parents, hold your children, do not let them be. Because when the children are separated from the parents, nothing is worse than not knowing where your mommy is or where your daddy is. And there's, I want my mommy, I want my daddy. Well, who is your daddy? My daddy is daddy. And so then you have to go on the PA system and say, we have this little girl or we have this little boy that is, looking for his parent. And the thing is just, you cannot describe what that child is wearing.
Yeah.
You cannot. Because what if the wrong parent come? What if the wrong person come and, you cannot describe what that child is wearing to say things. So you always have to put it out. If you're missing a little girl or you're missing a little boy, check under the tent here and so. But this causes traumatic things in the child as well as the parent. Because when a parent can't find a child, the worst thing goes into your mind, oh, my child, somebody kidnapped my child. And when that happens, you know to yourself, all is not well in your world. And then all is not well in that child world also because they are separated from the mommy and the daddy. So this is called separation anxiety disorder. Then we have social anxiety disorder. People that suffers with this disorder, everyday social interaction, cause irrational anxiety, fear, self-consciousness. So social, they're kind of antisocial in that kind of way. Because they have that disorder that they want to socialize with you, but at the same time, they don't want to socialize with anybody.
Because of that fear?
That fear. And then it's a thing where, what if that person shunned me? Like, I want to talk to Jester and thing, but what if Jester tell me, oh, you're stupid, I don't want to be friends with you? You get that feeling, that fear of discomfort.
Yeah.
Specific phobia is an intense fear of something that poses little or no actual danger. So you don't have a phobia for nothing, but you have that thing that something is going to happen to you when nothing at all is going to happen to you, right? So we have all kinds of fear and phobias and all this kind of thing that we as human beings go through on a daily basis. Now, they have treatment for fear. And it says repeated exposure, and I love that part of it, just where it says repeated exposure to similar situation leads to familiarity, which can reduce the fear response dramatically. This approach forms the basis of some phobia treatments that depend on slowly minimizing the fear response by making it feel familiar. Phobia treatments that are based on psychology of fear focus on techniques such as systemic desensitization and flooding. Both techniques work with the body, psychological and physiological response to reduce fear. So like me, let's say afraid flying. I didn't say afraid flying, afraid to fly. Now, I tried it to fly before I know that, to fly a little more often and shorter distances so that I can, over time, cure the fear that I have of flying.
Yeah, by familiarizing yourself
with flying.
Yeah, more.
So you do that a little more often. Some of us don't have the option of flying too often, but I used to take short trips from Toronto to New York, Toronto to Florida. Do these things and so I still get it, but it's not as bad as when I just started doing it. So it's familiarize yourself with the short distances of flying and stuff like that, and chances are you will get to be a little more lenient to the fear that you have. So that is what it says, treatment of fear. So you do it over and over and over, and then you become familiar with it, so you don't have to be afraid of it that much anymore. It says, it is 9 o'clock, Jester. We have news. I tell you what, time flies when you're having fun. We're going to go to news, and then we'll be right back.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest update of news as produced by Triple N. The details when we return.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Hello and welcome back. Locally, in a move to strengthen agricultural processing capabilities, the government is gearing up to procure a building located at Lackalome St. David for the establishment of a state-of-the-art agro-processing plant. This decision follows a recent assessment of the building conducted by Minister for Agriculture Honorable Lennox Andrews, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture Alpha Brown, and other technical experts. In the region, the United States Embassy in Barbados announced the arrival of Karen B. Sullivan as the new Deputy Chief of Mission, joining Ambassador Roger F. Negus. Together, they will lead advancing U.S. priorities in Barbados and 6 other independent countries of the Eastern Caribbean. Sullivan returns to the Caribbean, having served in Barbados earlier in her career. With an impressive career spanning over 2 decades in the United States Foreign Service, Sullivan brings a wealth of experience and leadership to her role in Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. Internationally, dozens of people walked out at Duke University's commencement ceremony in protest of guest speaker Jerry Seinfeld. The famous comedian has voiced his support for Israel in its conflict with Hamas in the Middle East. The Duke incident wasn't the only protest that interrupted a graduation ceremony, as protesters also disrupted the commencement at the UNC Chapel Hill.
Comedian Jerry Seinfeld taking the stage at Duke University, where he was scheduled to deliver the commencement address and receive an honorary degree. Soon after he was introduced, students walked out, some waving Palestinian flags, losing chants erupted. It comes after weeks of protests at colleges nationwide against the Israel-Hamas war. Seinfeld later delivering his speech.
Again, a lot of you are thinking, I can't believe they invited this guy. Too late. I say, use your privilege. I grew up a Jewish boy from New York. That is a privilege if you want to be a comedian.
The sitcom creator taking to Instagram after the Hamas attack on Israel October 7th, stating in part, I will always stand with Israel and the Jewish people, later visiting Tel Aviv. The university saying in part, we respect the right of everyone at Duke to express their views peacefully. It's the latest in a series of weekend interruptions at graduations across the country. At UC Berkeley, the student body president's speech was interrupted by chants.
This wouldn't be Berkeley without a protest, so I get it.
In Wisconsin, a handful of students turned their backs on the chancellor, some wearing graduation caps with messages like Free Palestine. And at the University of Texas, dozens protested on campus after the ceremony concluded. The tension on campuses nationwide coming to a boiling point, just as universities and colleges break for the summer.
And in sports, Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, will begin the defense of their title against the Baltimore Ravens at Arrowhead Stadium on Thursday, 5th September. The NFL announced the 2024 season will start with a rematch of January's AFC Championship game, which the Chiefs won 17-10. Kansas City beat the San Francisco 49ers 25-22 in overtime to win their 3rd Super Bowl in 5 years in February. This ends the latest update of news. Thank you for joining us.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
I'm excited
exciting news for you. JetBlue is thrilled to announce its new non-stop flight every Saturday from Grenada's Maurice Bishop International Airport to the vibrant city of Boston. Now you can embark on your Boston adventure without any layovers. JetBlue is making it easier than ever to explore this incredible destination. Whether you're visiting family or friends, exploring for the first time, or simply experiencing Boston life, JetBlue has you covered with a convenient non-stop flight, complete with comfortable seating, complimentary snacks, and an array of entertainment options. You'll arrive in Boston feeling relaxed and ready to explore. So now's the time. Visit jetblue.com to book your flight and bring Boston closer to Grenada. Let your adventure begin.
Isle of Spice Farmers Association invites farmers to the monthly meeting to be held on Thursday, May 16th at former Baines Hall, upper level, starting at 5 p.m. Topic for discussion this week is nutmeg and its benefits. We'll also have a special guest speaker. Please make an effort to attend this important meeting. See you there.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful.
Keep singing, you gotta be careful. Keep it, you don't have a tune.
Because I tell you, this song just deny me of playing my song on a Saturday morning, you know.
Yeah.
Trust me, one of my favorite from Dennis Williams, The Merchant. Man.
So, Claudia Sylvester is in the house too. She just tuned in. And yes, she's watching us. And Kathleen Ledlow, thank you so much for liking me. I like you too. And yeah, I'm Jester. She didn't say she liked Jester, you know. She just said, I like you, CJ.
She just didn't say it, but she knows. She just didn't say it, but she knows she likes Jester.
Do you know who she is?
I don't even have to know.
Oh, okay. If you want to make yourself feel good, I won't stop you. Feel good. I feel good. You know, you can start singing like James Brown, I feel good, in the neighborhood, all that. Yeah. So, yes. So, we're back to systemic desensitization. Systemic desensitization involves being led gradually through a series of exposure situations. For example, someone who fears snakes might spend the first session with a therapist talking about snakes.
Snakes, girl? You're talking about snakes?
You have a story about snakes?
God, snake?
No, I don't think anybody likes snakes except the people that are in the business of snakes. And
I remember I went in Vincent's with somebody to a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to attend a funeral in Vincent's. So I wasn't really dressed for no funeral in kind of way because I just... So the thing is, so while the ceremony was going on, there is nutmeg tree and thing in the back of the building and snow. You have some shade and thing there. So I went and I sat down on a stone and I go up on YouTube and I said to search for some music and then to entertain myself. So I sat on the stone there and I do my thing, my music, so my head down in my phone, searching up my music and thing, and chilling there. Clear. When I lift up my head, I saw a snake, because you know the snake could adapt to the color of the ground, kind of brownish. Stared me straight in the eyes. That fear that was created. I jumped down from that stone. I tumbled down the hill. The screensaver on my phone got damaged.
You didn't get brittle in the body?
I got bruised on my hand.
Oh gosh.
What?
So
that index finger, that left index finger, and that I'll know that thing does hurt me, you know, man. Watch.
Look, Teresa Joseph laughing at you, you know.
No, Claire. Well, you had some people in the back. One or two people was in the back there and saw what happened. You know, it's like, I feel kind of embarrassed in a way.
Well, snake,
and they don't up until now, they don't really know what happened.
Well, then was you think that you're practicing to be a stunt man in the back there?
But I cannot state of mind, this thing that's between Claire is like you're lost and you could just go on. Maybe I could have found myself maybe running up further up the hill and just that kind of fear, you know, man. That's the people might say you're coward, but it's not really that. When you don't expect something like that and it's and who you don't, because I always hear about fool snake. Who knows if it was a fool snake? I always say I'm always hearing that when a snake is fool, they actually just stand up.
They're pregnant, you mean?
Yeah. So, boy, that was a piece of experience I could have dead when
you live to tell about it. Let's put it that way. Somebody just says, I too, like in Alistair Dubois says, good morning, Real FM panel. Congratulations to Big C on his new appointment.
Oh, yeah. I too thank you very much, bro. I was elected as chairperson of the St. Patrick Sports Council. Yeah, so. And I thank the people for entrusting that confidence in me, you know, who voted me and who supported me. But as I say, Claire, I'm only there to facilitate it. It will take the efforts of almost everyone, you know, in St. Patrick's who want to see, you know, the upliftment of sports in the parish, you know. I am very much a welcoming person, you know. You can very approachable.
Is that
the
right?
Smallest, the biggest, youngest, eldest. You know.
So how come when I approach you, to make like keep yourself quiet? Like, what do you go? Move away from
it
me.
Depends on what you're approaching me about.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You know. So.
Yes. So they talk about snakes, right? It says a therapist in subsequent session, a therapist might present snake photos, toy snakes, and eventually a live snake. This is usually accompanied by learning and applying new coping techniques to manage the fear of response. So you see when it says that you have to familiarize yourself with the flying and stuff, same thing here with the snake. They'll talk about snakes first. Then they'll show you pictures of snake. Then they'll bring a toy snake. And then a real live snake without teeth, I hope. Take out the teeth anymore, so you snap at you. And then to see if you're really afraid of snake or you're going to get over your fear of snakes. So that's what it does. That's why I'm telling you, therapy sessions are good for a lot of things. Because there are a lot of things that we are afraid of or fear of. And it can be lessened upon our psyche, you understand? We go around with it, it's a burden to us. But then when we go through therapy and they talk about things and how we could deal with it, we feel much lighter that we'll be able to deal with a lot of situations that we are facing. Let me say good morning to Donna Sandy. I know she's in workout right now and she's listening. Teresa says, don't worry, Jester. I'm afraid of lizard. I can't even look at it sometimes. I'm afraid of it jumping on me. Especially the Mabuya one, the albino one.
Oh the one that used to say I just stick on
sticking
people.
On you and you have to take
Okay, is that really true?
That is not true.
That is not true at all. That is something not true. And that was the kind of fear that instilled it. You see others in the background.
Yes, you fear that.
Yeah,
yes.
because you're hearing that, so you know you have that fear. Yeah.
So because you beg and you see Kathleen Ledlow kind of like you, but she doesn't know. She said, I'm enjoying both of you all. Good program. I'll take that on his behalf. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just said thank you on your behalf. I just said I'm going to thank you on his behalf, but you have to open your mouth still. I don't understand what's wrong with you. What is wrong with you, Jester?
So you don't want to hear me?
No, not at all. Now we talk about flooding, and you may think about flooding. What are they talking about? It says this exposure technique involves flooding, which is based on the premise that a phobia is a learned behavior that can be unlearned. So maybe we learn to be afraid of snake because of We read it in books all the time. We see it in movies that snakes are dangerous. And you know the whole truth about it, Jester, is that these animals and these reptiles and so that we're afraid of, they run away from us when they see us.
Sometimes, depending
Well,
on
the
some
mongoose, when the
situation.
mongoose have rabies here and moving away, you have to
they-
run.
Yeah.
But on a normal day, when the mongoose is okay and they see you, they take off in speed because.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times we are afraid of fear, as they say,
Yeah.
the fear of the unknown, because you see a snake and the snake will just swivel itself going about the business to get away from you. You're driving at night and a snake also in the road and they see the light, you see they're moving away because they don't want to, they don't want to be in encounter with. So we are afraid of the things that are afraid of us also. So that's what's called flooding. It says, with flooding, a person is exposed to a vast quantity of the feared object or a feared situation for a prolonged period in a safe, controlled environment until the fear diminishes. For instance, someone who is afraid of planes might be encouraged to go up, up, and away. Planes. Plane.
Go up and away.
Yeah. No, I didn't say up and away. I just said that for myself. It says go up anyway. I just said up and away because go up anyway so that you're afraid to fly. But the thing is, Jester, and let's look at it logically. If I do not like flying, I'm a bit afraid of flying, but at the same time, I buy a ticket to get on that same plane.
Yeah, well, you don't have
So
any
I'm going
other
up anyway.
choice.
Yes, I have
Why
a
are you
choice.
choosing?
Don't go anywhere. Please don't go. Don't go. you see? So I don't have to go, but I go because, I sometimes I may need to just take a change of scenery or change of environment. But I'm saying now that because I did so much of the short ones, I am not totally scared of getting on a plane anymore. I'll be uncomfortable when it's taking off, when you have turbulence, and when you landing and all that. But the gripping fear that I used to have before, I no longer have that gripping fear. If you get where I'm coming from.
And I am agreeing with you because the thing about it, nobody can tell me that going on an aircraft, that some slight kind of fear would not come in, knowing that you will be flying 30,000 miles above sea. If anything happens out there, well, you can forget it.
Well, you don't even have to wait till it happens,
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and my fear does start with that recording nowadays, the air hostess and them have, and about this. I really don't want to hear it.
Please fasten your seatbelt. Please, in case there's an emergency
I don't want to hear it.
Or a lack of oxygen on the plane, please secure your mask first and then help the person then. Your seatbelt could be under your seat or your seatbelt is the seat itself. You have to listen. You see, I listen, that's how I know. No, let me tell you. It irks me when they are announcing these things and people think it's okay to just chat and go ahead as though nothing happened. They are doing it and saying it for yours and mine safety. Because let me tell you this, if we are flying together and something happened, and I jump on you and sit in your lap and you don't have time to put on your oxygen mask, two of us go in. Whereas, if you put on yours and the jumper on you would take the next one and put on the jumper and say, okay, Claire, go back and sit down in your seat, we okay.
You're getting callings what is being Claire. Oh, wait. In fact, if you are doing that, not just that. I'm clear of that.
Yeah, the jumper, you put on the jumper, oxygen mask, and it says, go back and sit down there. All is well now. So, but they give these things on planes. They don't give instruction because they just feel like talking. They leave the front of the cabin and come through the aisle. One here, one there, one. And demonstrate what it is. There is a reason for that. There is a valid reason for that. You don't want to hear because you think, well, I ain't care about that anyway. But sometimes you and I. If the plane go down and you may get hurt, but if you have the things that they are telling you in place, chances are you will survive.
All right, I will take
Start not
I will start
listening.
considering you.
Please, no, stop listening.
Yeah.
I am not giving you any bad advice, believe me.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know if it is, but and you know I'm telling you straight about it.
What? Somebody asked about the fear of caterpillars. And here is a word. I am going to break it up to pronounce it. Lepidopterophobia. Lepidopterophobia. That is the excessive and irrational fear of butterflies and moths. And caterpillar really and truly is a butterfly or moth.
Yeah, that's what it will turn into.
Yes,
eventually.
because I did one. When we had you saw some big caterpillar trees by the Catholic Church up there, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I took a couple and I went with a big bottle, and I took one nice green and black as it was, fat as ever. I put it in a bottle, covered it, and left it there. And lo and behold, after a few weeks, right before my very eyes, I got a caterpillar, a butterfly.
A butterfly. Yeah.
So it is the fear of butterflies and moth. That's what a caterpillar is. But no need to fear them, because let me tell you, the butterfly plays, as well as the caterpillar plays such a great role in our life, so is the butterfly.
I know of somebody who's scared to death of this thing.
Yes, I think that is the same person that asked me about the fear of caterpillar. And it looks scary, because it has that thing pointing at the end of it till and you wonder if it's going to poke you with it or something. But once you get it into a bottle, it can turn into a beautiful butterfly that's fly, Robin, fly. You spread your wings and fly to Mexico. And just, the amazing things about butterfly that the fear of that. The monarch butterflies, every year, like clockwork in winter, the mass of them migrate to Mexico.
Yeah?
Every year, they're gone. And spring,
they
all come back. Yeah. That is how amazing these things are. Every little thing that is on planet Earth has its uses.
Yeah.
And sometimes we fear a lot of the things, but they are good for our mental health, our mental well-being. They do things to help us breathe on this planet. So it says, we talk about, you buy your ticket and you go anyway. So the point is to get them past the overwhelming anxiety and potential panic to a place where they have to confront their fear and eventually realize that they are okay. This can help reinforce a positive reaction. They are not in danger. With a feared event, being in the sky on a plane, ultimately getting them past the fear. So put me on a plane. I'm going to get, sooner or later, I'm going to get okay with flying. Although these treatments can be effective, such confrontational approaches should be undertaken only with the guidance of a trained mental health professional. So no Joe Blow like me and you could go and tell people go up on plane and they're going to be okay. You have to talk about it with someone that is versed in doing that, in helping you to go on a plane. Me telling you go on plane, thing happen to you, they come and take me out, The rest of your family coming for me and say, Claire said to do this. That's why they have the paid professionals to talk to us about things that affects us on a daily basis. It says coping with fear. Coping strategies focus on managing fear's physical, emotional, and behavioral effects. Here are a few to consider. Get social support. Supportive people in your life can help you manage your feeling of fear. Practice mindfulness. You cannot always prevent emotions. Being mindful can help you replace negative thoughts with more helpful ones. Use stress management techniques such as deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and visualization. Take care of your health, eat well, get regular exercise, and get adequate sleep at night. So, what it is saying here, Jester, there are a lot of things that we fear that we can actually get over when you really look at it. You can actually get over some of the things that you are fearful at. And it comes down again to eating healthy, exercise, and being stress-free. All of these, I know for a fact that exercise helps reduce stress like no tomorrow. Because sometimes you're going through some kind of thing in your life and you sit down, and the more you sit, the more it plays on your psyche. Get up and go exercise, go walk, go run, go do something. And your head is going to be clear of the thing that you're going through. And you ask yourself, what am I stressing about? I got this.
Well, a lot of people inspiration do comes along with exercising.
Yes, yes.
So, for example, get up early morning, go and do some jogging. That's when some people really explode within them.
Yeah, at
within
one with
themselves. And,
nature,
yeah.
you get. Well, as I remember a few weeks ago, or a month or so ago, Nicholas says that when you go, he has things to prepare, things that he used to have to prepare for work, and he's there, and he's like they say, he has writer's block. He gets up and he go for a walk, and when he comes back, maybe he can write a whole book, because his mind is clear. Because you at one with nature, Jester, there's nothing that beat that.
Yeah.
And if you walk in with people that like to talk, you wouldn't find, you just have to be at one with it.
And Clay, one thing I realized too, like in jogging, well, I hardly do the road jogging these days, you know, because they say it usually be kind of bad at the end of it or something.
Especially if it's concrete. But the asphalt is not bad because it gives.
Yeah. When I used to be doing Bathway Road, to help ease the burden of the distance, sometimes you have a thought, and once you're focusing on a thought on how you will deal with certain things, it somewhat ease up the pressure of the distance you're covering. You really don't feel it in such a way, right? While you have that thought in your head and, thinking about how you will handle certain things.
Yeah.
So.
We got a few calls, but we can still get more calls, because I know, and you sitting there, you sitting there, know that you have something that made you afraid, or you're fear of something. And like I said, there's no shame in saying what you are fearful of, because we are here talking about it so that more and more people can get to know how to deal with what they are afraid of.
Yeah. So Claire, let's take some examples, something simple example, because some people have fear in simple different forms. So for example, you might do an exam and you tell yourself you may not get much marks. Have that ever happened to you? Like,
it happens to everybody. You do an exam and you tell yourself if some questions come and you weren't prepared for the question that came, and you did your best, but you have a fear that, okay, because I didn't answer those questions, I am going to fail.
Because at one time in McDonald College, because the very first time I go through that, students, when they come out from the exam room, they will go and start to talk about how they do it. And one time I find myself under some pressure, and I listen to them students talking, and I thought, oh gosh, well, I won't get this thing right. And when it turned out to be, I did well in the exam. Yeah. And since after that, you know what? Whenever I did an exam, I don't want to discuss it.
No, don't.
No, because it wouldn't change anything, and it puts you under some serious mental strain when you go and you discuss this thing after, when you listen to children talk. So I took a decision that I would not be discussing no exam after that. When I do my exam, I just leave it at that and just look forward to the others that come in. Yeah, I took that decision very early in McDonald College. So
there is fear of being touched.
Yeah.
And it has a name. Hapnophobia. It says it pronounces hapnophobia, but it says hapnophobia. It's an intense, overwhelming fear of being touched. Many people don't like being touched by strangers, which is A-okay for me. But hapnophobia is a significant distress over being touched by anyone, even family or friends. For some people, the fear is specific to touch by people of one gender. So if I touch you, maybe you don't like to be touched by women. So if a woman touches you, you get totally upset about being touched. There's fear of being alone. Like, a lot of people do not want to be alone in their life, and there is the fear of that also, right? So how do we come across to say you don't want to be alone? Fear of being alone. How does that work?
I wish I knew, but speaking about that fear of being touched, I remember there was a man at one time used to come up to Sutters, being around the days, being around Big Stones where you run in this place down there. and the man had what you call, some people will say, sweet waist.
Oh yeah, they touch them, they jumping all over
Watch.
the place. Mm-hmm.
Like that man actually used to cry and plead for people not to touch him. I used to feel sorry for the man.
And you see, and that is dangerous because you know he could have gotten heart attack or something like that, eh?
The man,
Yeah.
I thought he was actually like pretending,
No,
but I
no.
realized it's a serious problem the man had. And when people are, at one time I used to feel so sad and so thing for the man because people knowing that he has that problem, so they want to see him react. But Claire, that was a serious thing for the man.
It is, yes. Actually, he could have gotten a heart attack because he's frightened as it is.
You know, with somebody like that, he might just be listening. My good partner, Cotty, Cotty has a serious tweet. I know I could afford to say that. Cotty and Rona, good morning.
And we
when
didn't
you touch Cotty,
jumping up all over. No, it's bad. You see, especially when you're not expecting it, all your adrenaline just flows straight to you. You
some people like that.
Yes, you can actually get sick. You know who we forgot to say good morning? I didn't forget. I had him in my mind, but I wanted you to come to say good morning to Daniel in Montrose at Daniel Groceries and Bar. He listens to us on
religiously.
A daily basis. Religiously. Avid listener of Real FM. I would like to say I met him on Saturday, and I'd like to say thank you so much for being a great individual and a great listener of Real FM. We really do appreciate it. So
Daniel's
thank you
place.
So much. Daniel's place at Montrose, close to the bus stop. There's a bus stop in front of him, and there's the post office on the other side.
Really?
Dega. Oh, that's Dega.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so in
Dega is still part of Montrose. It's just an area you call.
Yeah. Yes. Fear of being alone is called autophobia, like automatic. Autophobia, or it's also called monophobia or isolophobia or eromophobia. So it's a lot of things of fear of being alone, right?
Yeah.
It says it is a specific phobia or a morbid fear of dread of oneself or being alone, isolated, abandoned, and ignored. This specific phobia is associated with the idea of being alone, often causes severe anxiety. So for those of us who are afraid of being alone, start talking to different people. Widen yourself. I'm not saying to be friends with everybody and bringing everybody into your home or anything of that sort. But there's two different things, as we always say, loneliness and lonesomeness. So I don't know if being alone comes with both being alone or lonely. Because if you have a fear of being alone, that means you are going to be lonely.
Okay.
So now you have to take it out from the negative and switch it into the positive. Because some of us are afraid of stepping out of our own home because we have fear of the unknown, that this is going to happen to us, as that is going to happen to us, and this is what caused you to be alone at home, not having nobody or no friends or anything to move you to be a better person. And if we know of anybody that is going through that, being aloneness, maybe you just say, hi, how are you? Just start off with something small and see if they're willing to talk. Because I don't know if you remember, there was a man that used to stay over in the Plumista. Oh my God, what is his name?
What are you talking about?
By Miss Harry over there. He used to live in a house there. He was red skin man, and he used to wear that kind of hat. My gosh, I can't remember his name. But that man was afraid of people.
Yeah.
He used to live in that house, and when you say, my God, his name is right on the tip of my tongue. You say hi to him, and he just hide back inside his house. And children used to pass and tease him. Why can't I remember? Anybody remember the name of that man? He used to live just by Miss Harry Day in a boathouse. Fair man, big, tall man, eh? But he used to be afraid of people. I remember, people, and the kids from McDonald College used to come down and tease him because, he hiding inside his house. He'll stay and peep at you. And if he sees you coming, just go back inside his house and close his door.
What?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember his name and I can't. But yeah, there are a lot of people like that in this world that we are living in. They're afraid to come out of their house. And when they do come out of their house and people see them and they say hi to them, it makes them feel very uncomfortable. And they go back inside and hide. So it says, those with this condition suffer in a range of situations, both in solitude and in the company of others. Isolated people with autophobia struggle with fear of inability to handle challenges by themselves. On the other hand, those with this condition may still struggle in fear of abandonment and maintaining relationships, even when those are in relationships which are physically present. So even though they have relationship, as they say, they're still suffering from aloneness, which is it's kind of sad though, Jester.
For real. It is indeed.
Look, Aito is saying that I'm seeing his face right now but cannot recall his name.
Right.
We all know who it is. I can't. Mr. Lal.
Right, I might just get it as
But it's just that man, I tell you, he used to just disappear when he sees people.
Yeah.
And you would think that, you know, I don't know if he had a mother, if he had a wife or anything, he was just there and we always used to see him, but I couldn't remember what his name is, but he was so afraid of people. It says, contrary to what would be inferred by literal reading in the term of autophobia does not describe a fear of oneself. No, it is the fear of automobiles, despite various cultures abbreviating with the auto this and the auto that. Autophobia can be associated with accompanied by other phobias such as agoraphobia, that is the one that we did first, and is generally considered part of the agoraphobia cluster, meaning that it has many of the same characteristics as certain anxiety disorders and hyperventilation disorders. So you know when people hyperventilate, they can't breathe. Something is frightening them and they
yeah.
And that is it. It is a form of fear also.
So I tell myself, Claire, based on what I went through,
you can hyperventilate.
That was a good test to your heart. Eh?
Yes, yes. You know, and it is sad though. But look at it, Jester. You talked about it. I talked about it. And people are talking about it every day when we wake up in the morning now. With the amount of guns that are around. And all of us are living in fear.
Yeah. Yes.
All of us.
Yes, yes.
And we talk about this, we bring up the topic about fear, we to go to the different stages of fear, but right now, we in Grenada, most of us are living in fear.
Yeah.
And is that a healthy thing for us though?
It is not, certainly not.
Because look, they caused you to scale wall.
Damage me.
Damage your shoulder.
Damage me. Nice nuclear black jeans.
There you go. You know, and then not only did it cause you to damage your clothes and stuff like that, it caused a young lady, and maybe we only heard about that young woman that broke her leg.
Yeah.
It may have had other serious damages to other people.
Yeah.
And nobody leaves their home on any given day to attend an event that you think is going to be safe and have to end up running for your life.
For pure foolishness, actually, if you ask me. You know?
Really think about it. Let's really think about it, Jester. Now it's like, if you do somebody something, you're not sure if when they see you, if you're going to be walking after that.
That's it.
Because there's so many guns and so around the place. And maybe, I don't know if it's a lot of guns, but a lot of them are being used.
Yeah.
It could be one gunner doing it the wrongs. But it is very scary.
You know, these days you have to be so vigilant. You have to, you know.
I look at it as people are afraid to leave their house. They're afraid to leave their home.
But at the same time, you still
cannot,
have to do what you have to do.
Yes.
You have to live your life. You know.
I don't know. It is really, really, really,
but
really sad.
It may help make some people become more resolved. You know, they probably may think, well, the way I used to be going out to certain functions before, they might just kind of cut back.
They have to scale back on it because they have no...
There is that possibility.
Yes.
So
I remember, we have a call. Let's take it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Keno. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Jason.
Kenro.
Stop laughing. Kenro laughing.
I know it's me. She laughing at it.
I cry for the lady. But
Yes.
the story. While she cried, I don't know what I cry for.
Mm-hmm.
And when you give your story, it's a good thing you could run.
Yes, girl.
Uh,
You saying that?
So, if you didn't have food to run, what is happening now? We didn't morning.
You're getting trampled. You're getting trampled.
But anyway, when there
That's
is
the
a will,
next
there
thing.
is a way. Yes. I sit down and I'm listening.
But Kenro, tell yourself, we're just speaking about it. Don't you think it's becoming a bit dangerous that we are afraid to leave our homes now?
Last night when I hear the news, with the same thing what just I see. Somebody tell me that yesterday morning, but I didn't too sure.
Mm-hmm.
When I hear the news, are telling me husband normally I don't see me veranda. And I'm at 9 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
I sit down watching movie on me phone while he might be looking at the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Last night I tell him, I say, boy, just some people can sit down in the veranda, you know.
No, it's
Because
becoming
you
like
don't
that.
know where bullet coming out, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you're right about that, Kenro.
When that come to,
I don't know.
you could have sit down in your veranda at 12 by 1. Sometimes you feel happy the night. You get up, you come, you sit down. You can't do that now.
It is getting making you feel very uncomfortable
Of
in your
course,
own
yes.
place.
It is,
It is
it
very
is.
uncomfortable.
Of course, yes. Because you know you live in now, my husband used to tell me, afraid and a coward. But I just me way in me is not afraid and coward. Now I get afraid and coward, but I didn't afraid and coward.
Mm-hmm.
I will day in my house and I close up all about. I lock me door and I have, if I in the kitchen, I have one kitchen door to the back step and one window. And all the others closed. Kitchen door to the veranda, he lock. The main door, he lock. The window on them, those to the bottom side where the wall is, I half open them.
Mm-hmm.
And a day, a 13 has a donkey, but not opening to take birds. Sometimes when he come out in the bush and he come and he say, hey, a lot of people tell me that you there. I say, yes. So why you locking up yourself so? And I didn't scare them. But they just me way. I dey inside me place and lock up me place. But right now, if you hear a wind blow and a fig tree fall, you have to put out your head. Because at that time, if you don't put out your head, the poster reach on you already. No, I don't know what's going on.
No, it is scary, and you know.
No, I don't know what's going on in the country.
My thing is, Kenro, if you have a beef with me, come and have your beef with me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Don't wait till I go to an event. I guess that's where you could find me then.
Yeah.
And come for me. But in the meantime, you're taking out innocent people. Because the young woman that broke her leg, she go to a brunch, a simple brunch. Jester go to a simple brunch himself too. And he had to end up running for his life, scaling wall and all this kind of thing like that.
One night I come out in dance by Serena was a few years gone by. When I rise up the hill, coming where you have some grips through over the road. When I rise up the hill, I'm going to see something rolling, coming in the side of, on the side of the road. Rolling right, rolling left. I don't know if it's when the thing see me or what, but I say, well, what trouble is that? Me alone, where I passing now? You have a road where I could have passed to bus up by teacher to, but they more dismal again. And then I still have to come back up the, I say, well, what kind of trouble is that? A day I can't pass, nobody don't come in. I'm waiting on a vehicle to come down the road. Because I was in the dance and I just feel as going home. I say, let me go. Hey, whilst I did, somebody whistling come up the road. Like, take me position already. I can't have myself. When I watch, I see a man who used to call Daddy Vera. What coming up? So I come out when I see him. And I tell him, I say, look at somebody on the ground. They lie down, they not know I stand up there, I can pass. take out the little light in the pocket and he shine. Papa, a fig leaf. Somebody come out and sell jacks. So you see the kale and thing on the jacks.
Yeah.
You shining?
The leaf there and a little rain come and fall on the thing with him. So I could have lost my whole life for a fig leaf.
Yes, because you didn't go anywhere, you stayed. No, it is rather scary.
Listening and I'm saying yes. Everything all you say is truth. But you know, some have it different way because what simple thing what could have make me lose my life?
Yeah, It's very
and
simple.
it's not nothing, you know.
No.
Somebody else have it. Look how Jester have it. Look how the lady have the vision.
Yeah.
Papa, you don't have myself for the wing go fight, give me.
What's wrong with Kendall?
I go and answer.
All right.
But see, I remember CJ was there, see, I grew up with CJ, and CJ was telling me there was a man that went up to River Sally, went up to see his girlfriend, and coming back down, it was moonlight. And then that's why CJ was telling me that he said just believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. So and he used that as the example to what I'm coming and talk about. When the man coming back down, he find like he's seeing something in a white sheet, like somebody is being fearful. Yeah. So he went back. The next morning, what actually was happening because of the dew and thing on the blogger leaf, and it was
windy,
fluttering in with the wind and thing, and with the moonlight, it reflecting, and that what had the man so fearful.
You see the thing about it, we are all born with fear in us, Jessica.
Yeah.
It is a natural instinct, and it comes out when things come at us.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're there, so let me say you're there, and the hair on the back of your neck just lift up or something like that because something frightened you. You're not seeing anything to say, well, there's something tangible standing in front of you, but something make you feel off. And all that is part of being is part of fear.
Yeah, and a lot of things. Did you remember that dance that took place in McDonald College?
Oh, yes.
Were you not at that? I was. And I never forget this song.
Island in the stream.
That's the song.
That is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Stay
Kenny
away
Rogers and
with
Dolly
me.
Parton.
What?
Yeah.
I tell you.
DJ Charlie that was playing at the time.
And you know how that started, eh? Pat Barrett that was be sitting right there.
Yeah.
And my friend George at the time with a dog. George always walked everywhere with that dog. George came inside the dance with the dog. George and Pat had something, and thing break out. George yelled, George hit Pat, or Pat hit George and stuff like that.
A battle smash.
And fights at a battle smash. Right. And that time was right after the invasion or something, eh? Right after the invasion. And what happened next was, with the people running, the screens that separate the classroom, one fell and it sounded like gunshot. And let me tell you, all hell broke loose.
I passed on top of the stage, skate down behind a tennis board. They put a tennis board behind me there.
Yes.
So I escaped on that door in the back. You have two doors on the stage. So the one to the back of the building, that's where I go through.
Just like the next morning when we went to college, Bata had nothing on shoes. NQC shoes.
Remember the door? There was a door now to one of them that used to be a Form 2 there.
Yeah, and
but it leads to the top shop.
Yes.
So they make them doors, they frame it, and then they will need. I think they say, man, those are the kick out in the
What? There was a man, a little man, and I'm not telling you something I didn't see because I couldn't run anything because I was at back at close to the bar. Mr. Duncan had died there, so Mr. Duncan crawled underneath a table to escape the bottle and so that was shedding. But we were at the back and we couldn't go anywhere, so we all stood there. And that man, his wife or his girlfriend got a huge cut on her leg.
Wow.
And they say little people like us strong.
Cotton thing.
The man was a strong, a tall woman. He just bent down just picked her up and walked outside with her. I've never forgotten. And there was a guy by the name of Alan. He, with all this sweat on your body and stuff, and people pushing you, he got a zoom with one of the electrical outlets.
Oh yeah.
That was there. A lot of things happened.
A lot of things happened. I mean, after the thing cooled down, I remember we
never
flowed back
forgot that
around
song.
it. Yeah, some ladies, their shoes lit up to the ankle.
Yes.
You wonder how we
So the food come out, it's like yes. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was very scary. And after that, I think a lot of people stopped going dancing. Because at that time, you see, after the invasion, there were a lot of guns around too. So people were thinking, well, oh my gosh, it was a Magna College. Was it a ball they had after the ball, after graduation?
No, I think that dance
Or
was at 23rd. But you remember you said
December, yes.
Yeah.
And everybody in their outfits and everything. Look, my friend Sonia left me. She was. I wish she could have escaped. She left me in the college school and ran home. I'm looking for her after, and she's home. When I got home, I said, "What?" She said, "You all right?" I find a way to go. And she said, "I never stop running from the college."
I can still hear that ball that came out from Francesca King because she was in the door collecting. She was on the box. Yeah.
It was really scary that night.
Man,
honestly, a lot of. But you see, we live to tell about it now. Yeah. And even though that was a kind of scary and fearful time for us, what that was nothing compared to what we have now. Because nobody used to go to, you see a bottle smash.
Yeah,
a bottle smash.
And
now you go need guns, you go need what you call that tin can, bop can, and you blowing up things and it's gonna. Everybody was having fun. People were dancing. The music was good and everything like that. And then lo and behold, platter. And then
that's
race. It was no. And I'm telling you, we went through that period of fear just in our lives. So think about now. Where they have guns, and guns is the weapon of the day, and they don't even care who they fight against or who get hurt in the process once they get the man. You cannot, no, we shouldn't be living in fear like that. Yeah. I am really, really, really concerned about it, because when people, like my daughter comes here, or my son come here, and they come here on the holidays and they want to go to different places, I may have to sit with them and say, listen guys, I know you come home on vacation and so, but this is what is going on. I don't know which church you want to go, or you want to just stay home and hang out with your mama.
Do you know fear develop for people in something that they enjoy?
Yes, yeah.
I can give you an example. So, for example, your favorite team might be playing.
Yes.
Right, you're back in
Eagle Super Strikers.
And then you reach to a situation, maybe you go
sudden
to penalty
death.
kicks.
Sudden death.
Some people can watch, or sometimes in cricket, you realize
in basketball,
some people turn their face.
Yes. That happened to me a lot when I was watching basketball. And then that's why I said to myself, I am no longer taking that deep interest in this sports thing, because it's making you crazy.
Yeah.
There was a series that they used to call 24 Hours with Kiefer Sutherland, and so it was about terrorists and all this kind of thing. And let me tell you, every Wednesday night, when 24 is coming on, I plop myself on the couch and I'm waiting because it was a very interesting thing. But Jester, my knees, my leg, it just shakes come all the way up like that. I just shake because the intensity and the fear of what's going on. I still have to get my legs held down and say, Claire, stop. I'm like, okay, they're part coming and going inside the room, but I'm coming back. But it was the fear and the adrenaline rush. You see, as it says, people jumping off a cliff and all this kind of thing. Yeah. Mine was looking at 24. So you're right when you said you get fear of things that you know your team is playing, or you're watching something and you're just there and you're frightened of what you think should happen and all that. It happens. Fear comes in all different forms and fashion, and we all go through it. So we're almost at the end of it. It's 9:55. I'm not sure what we're going to have next week, but we should have something an interesting topic. I think I got one already. Because when you're doing certain research on certain things, others pop up that is similar to it, and you get more, so you just have to choose which one that you want to talk about. Because every time we come with a subject here, it affects me, you, and everybody else.
Yes,
a lot of us may not admit that this is happening to us, but it is. And it takes real people, real men, real women, to admit that certain things are happening to them and they would like to get help for it. And that's why I said to Colin this morning, do not let your ego stand in your way of making yourself better. Because if you could hear something drop, boom, and it affects you, that way it triggers of something, that means you did not get over it. And I'm not saying that you're going to get over it totally, but familiarity breeds whatever it is, you're going to be better at dealing with it. Because right now he's dealing with it inside. He could talk about it and say what it is, but that doesn't stop something, boom, and he sees where he was at 9/11.
So, Claire,
Yes.
well, is there anything else before we start, like, rounding off to close off?
No, you round off.
Claire, I must say to you, it really was a pleasure again. I think that topic this morning, a lot of people have enjoyed the topic, and it's so realistic too, right? That's it, it's just so realistic. My thing in going forward is that with a lot of people, because life got to continue regardless to what is happening, right? You cannot just subject yourself of entertainment. Things will happen. However, organizers now, they will have to seriously take security as a top priority in organizing events.
We have a call, eh?
Oh yeah, well, let's take it.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm calling to give my little point of view.
Go ahead.
Enjoy everything and the conversation and all the full details that has gone through, spoken today. It's wonderful. I'm enjoying it.
Thank you.
You know who's speaking?
Oh, of course, Miss Job.
Oh,
Miss Job, good morning.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And my young man, Mr. Eager. Yes.
No, that's Jester.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's two things, you know. You sit there and you listen and it's enjoying, it's enticing, it's encouraging, you know, raising you up, make you feel a bit more peppy than just in fear at times.
Yeah.
And because it's not, they don't call for it.
That's true. It's
You
not
know.
called for at all.
Yeah.
Continue raising us up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much.
Can you put me in your suitcase when you go into Canada? So
Have you ever been?
no, I haven't.
Oh, well, I'll see. I've decided not to travel with suitcase anymore, going backpacking. If you can stay in the backpack, you're coming.
Can we talk that privately?
Sure, no problem. No problem at all. Thank you so very much and have a great day.
Oh, before I forgot, the thing happened, you know, I got the place.
You got it fixed?
Yes.
Thank
but-
God for that.
Yes, and it's a difference now. It looks a little bit possible.
Thank you. I'm happy that you got it fixed.
Yeah.
All right.
Listening all the time. Thanks. Take care of yourself. Love you all.
Thank you.
Right,
Love you
bye-bye.
too. Okay, bye-bye.
Right. Claire, let me quickly continue from here. So I'm saying organizers, security must be of paramount importance in going forward, really and truly. You understand? Of course, I would just like to thank all the listeners and viewers for once again tuning in to another mental health program for Tuesday. And I expect to catch up with you next week, Tuesday, God's will, where we always expect to have an interesting topic. My name, Justin Well, so long.
Really? Your name is Justin Well so long? Or just Justin Well?
I'm out of here, Claire.
But that's what it means, so long. I said, well, when did he add that last thing? My name is Justin Well so long. Well, thanks to each and every one of you that listened this morning. We know that every one of us, each and every one of us, has some part or something in our life that we are fearful about. And I do hope that the topic that we had this morning made you realize that you don't have to live with fear for the rest of your life. There is hope and there is help. All you need to do is to talk to someone and see if you can get help, because you do not want to live your life being in fear of everything around you and everyone around you. Things are tough right now where we live, but by the grace of God and prayers and how do you call it again, laws that are being passed, we hope to be better at what we are going through. Let me say thank you once again, and God bless. We'll see you next Tuesday at 7:30 if Jester makes it on time.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest update of news as produced